The following VR talk show podcast has been broken into two parts. Part 1 was recorded the day preceding the reveal of Halo Infinite's gameplay, and Part 2 was recorded after. The thoughts and opinions expressed in this video are our own, and should be taken with a grain of salt. We are just a bunch of dudes who like shoot games, so let's try not to take it too seriously. Let's all sit back, relax, and enjoy the incessant ramblings of four gamers talking about Halo in VR chat for 3 hours. Okay.
Dog.
Guys, we only have until 12 p.m. tomorrow for this video to be relevant.
Ah, shit, we gotta hurry.
I already had a model I found, but he couldn't fucking blink.
Hello, everyone.
Still can't blink.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
But
So today we're going to be doing something a little weird. We're going to be recording a podcast, but in VR, because there's nothing better to do than for us to complain about Halo, a game whose gameplay hasn't even been revealed yet. My name is Rory Soar. Who are you?
what is so fucking? I'm RB, and I am laughing my ass off at this fucker just staring at me from across the table.
Why is your neck so fucking thin?
I don't want to hear.
I think
You look like.
I'm like in the table.
You look like you have problems.
What?
I can't stand this fucking table.
What?
And this is Scary, the lovable scamp.
Who? What?
Lovable rascal.
I like Vor.
I think
We know.
to add on to our introduction, I think we
We
should say
know.
what our favorite Halo games are.
It's a good idea.
ODST.
That's a good idea. Why don't you go first?
Okay.
Why don't you go first?
My favorite
Wrong
Halo
white
game
note.
is probably a tie between Halo 2 and Halo Reach. I grew up with Reach, so I think it's kind of... I have a really big bias towards it. I just think
You're a
it's
fucking baby.
really fun. And I think the multiplayer is good, and the Forge is good. I just like Halo 2 for the campaign.
You're wrong. Not you. I'm pointing at RB.
Oh, okay. Who's next? Who else
See,
Where's your
wants to...
fucking camera?
I'll go next.
What's your favorite Halo?
It's just over there for now.
No, bitch.
Oh, it's just over there. Hi.
What's your favorite Halo? I swear like that.
Okay.
Answer the question.
My favorite Halo is Halo 2, because that was the one I had when I was little, and I had no fucking internet. And now that I'm older, I appreciate how competitive it is. I'm very much into the multiplayer and shit. So yeah.
All right.
What about you, Dicker T?
You go first.
My favorite Halo is a tie between Halo 2 and ODST. I like Halo 2 because the campaign fucking is awesome. And I like Halo ODST because it calls back to the original Halo, and I like the ODSTs more than I like the Spartans. Because their armor looks way fucking cooler.
I can agree with that. I think ODSTs are really cool.
Yeah, that's why all y'all picked the fucking helmet. None of us are fucking original.
I pick EOD
I
when
bunch
I
of
can.
Asshole. Motherfucker.
Grenadier. Grenadier. Shut the
Fuck
fuck
it.
up.
Fuck it. Fuck it. Come on. Let's.
All right.
All right, now Dicker T.
Let's hear your favorite Halo. My finger. You can see my finger.
There we go.
Favorite Halos are Halo 1 and Halo 3. Halo 3 is like sex. And Halo 1 has custom edition, and you can play on maps like Big Ass.
Big Ass is a good map.
The greatest map of all fucking time.
Great, the final Big Ass, greatest map ever
Halo
made.
1 is really like the Halo 2 of sex.
Do you know what
She
they're
wouldn't
talking
speak.
about?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or say with the speed.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know what they're talking
Oh, come on, Mr. Anime.
So-
Styrofoam hands.
So I think the first thing we should discuss before we get into actual stuff about Halo Infinite itself,
It sucks.
we should
pee-pee.
describe our stances on the current state of Halo and what we kind of hope Halo Infinite will do for us, you know?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go first. On here, 'cause
Okay.
I want to say something first, please.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Everything past 2012 sucks except Halo Wars 2, and that game's story is fucking garbage anyway. But it's still got the classic art style, so fuck it, whatever. It's the best thing that's come out of 343 in a while.
I'd say it's got a really nice art style with it's like it's like it's a really good mix of the old and the new, honestly. Like I think Like, yeah.
Halo
Yeah, I
5
see what
puts
you're
people dick.
We know. Here,
Halo
go around the
5
table. I'll go
Right.
last because I have the perfect way to segue into actual Halo
Okay.
Infinite discussion.
Also, I'm tired of all the fucking novels they want and comics they want us to
Oh,
read.
God.
Fuck all that. It's not canon.
We're not going to talk about that. The fucking,
You asked us.
no, I don't want to talk about. I don't want to talk about extended lore. I'm tired of lore.
We're here for a reason.
So-
We're talking
okay.
about this. We're talking about what we think about the games.
So my opinion of the current state of Halo is, I think Halo. I was the prime age when Halo 4 came out, and I played it, and I liked it a lot. But even as a kid, I could tell that this was not a good Halo game. Like, I could sit down, sit back down. That's the wrong.
What?
I could tell that the
fucking
Halo,
idiot.
like as a Halo game, it was just really not like the other games. And then Halo 5 came out. I didn't even touch that. I can't look at that game.
I
But
played it. It's terrible.
from what I've seen of Halo Wars 2, I do really like how it looks visually, and I think it was a step in the right direction. And considering, well, we won't talk about Infinite yet, but
Why'd they de-Asianify Anders though?
yeah, we don't
Why
talk
is she a
about
white?
that.
Why is she a white woman now?
That part was really
Why is-
weird.
Why is Cutter's like 30 years younger?
So, Arby, what do you think of the current state of the franchise?
Okay, so my I'm kind of like Rory, where I was fucking
Rory, no,
babby
Todd.
age when 4 came out, and that was at the age where I was starting to really get into Call of Duty as well, because I had only played Halo. I didn't play Call of Duty till like Black Ops, and I started playing with my friends. So I was kind of like, sprint and shit didn't bother me, and I thought Halo 4 was a good game.
Yeah,
Now that I'm older, I realize how fucking garbage that shit is.
So you're saying
And-
you kept sprinting.
I kept sprinting.
You kept running
So,
away from your problems. Is what you're saying.
I flip flop between 343 could make a good game on their own
What the fuck are you doing?
if it's not Halo, and these people have no fucking clue what they're doing. I'll admit, I'm the one person in this fucking room that will like regularly play Halo 5
It's
because I
true.
feel like it,
He does.
because
I
I
mean,
do enjoy the gameplay of that game.
You hate
Part of
Halo
it's
3
also because
multiplayer.
like you and Ray the only
No,
two here that have Xbox Ones.
no, that is not true. Don't fucking slander me like
I don't
that.
have
I do
I
not
don't have
hate
Halo
3.
5. I played Halo 5 first on
Okay.
PC, and I thought it was fun.
Halo.
But I don't own the game on Xbox.
I'm the one here that plays Halo 5 multiplayer because I do enjoy it. It's not Halo though.
No,
Like I said earlier, I'm very much for the competitive side of Halo. And while I do like how they kind of push esports, it kind of detracts from everything else. Because like Halo 5, like every map in that, I can't name a single fucking map in that game because they're all just built the same to just be just esports.
They all look like
Arena.
unfinished levels to me. They look like that, like Forge world, gray
That's what they
textures
want.
everywhere, smooth and all that.
There's a lot of them are Forge maps.
They fucking
A
suck.
lot of them are Forge
And
just
also
bad.
just Halo 5 just looks bad.
Like you show me any
Yeah,
Halo
So,
map, I could probably tell you. what it's called.
Story-wise, I don't give a shit anymore because it's a fucking train wreck. I think it's just going to be funny to see how they dig themselves out of that fucking hole. But I'm just more worried about the multiplayer side of things. That's my stance.
They're removing multiplayer, didn't you hear?
Yeah.
Still pushing esports.
There's no multiplayer, but there's esports.
well, we have confirmation because we found out that they're making Monster Energy Double XP Halo Infinite
So there is
For the campaign.
multiplayer.
for campaign experience because it's going
No,
to
it's
be
like how
an
fucking
open world game where you level up and you have a skill tree.
I have the predictions yet.
It's like how it's like how
Yeah.
Far Cry has the fucking like microtransaction coins for single player that you
So
don't.
like, I've never had a Monster Energy. Do people actually drink that shit?
I like it.
I drink it
Apparently-
when I'm a mess at work in the morning.
It's expensive.
Still
If it wasn't so
Mountain Dew.
it's expensive, but I like it as someone who drinks too much soda and who maybe doesn't want to drink coffee that much, but
Coffee's good though.
All right, so I
coffee's
guess
pretty good. I
I
found
guess
out.
last but not least, Dickard fucking T over here,
Yeah, what's your opinion?
Mr. Anti 343.
Mr. Bungie purist himself.
Put your arm down. You're gonna reveal. You're gonna ruin the surprise.
I'm the OG Bungie purist. I'm the OG Bungie purist.
Sorry, I mean to keeping you on your toes.
So it's no fucking secret, if you follow me online, that I can't stand the direction these games have gone. Because ever since the Halo Reach introduces shit like armor abilities and stuff, it's just all been downhill because this is a company that does nothing but double down on the stuff people speak out against. So the big problem with Halo, for me, is that they continuously kept refining the gameplay in a way that just alienates players like me who just want to play fucking Halo.
Yeah.
And I don't even know what to say. It's gotten so tiresome that a lot of it's just drained my entertainment value from the series. So at this point, I'm just hoping for a game that is kind of fun to play because I don't care about the story. I barely care about the gameplay actually remaining classic anymore. I just want a video game.
What about Spartan Long? How do you think he feels?
Dead.
I hate that dude. But I have a perfect segue into talking about the predictions we can have about Halo. I haven't been a fan of Halo since 343 took over. I've pretty much consistently liked the older games, but every time 343 comes around, they do something dumb with the gameplay and like buckle down on the shit I explicitly don't like about it.
Yeah.
And also the writing sucks dick.
I think it's worth noting, like, no one here really wants to hate Halo. No one wants to hate anything. It's just
I do.
Every
It's
time.
hyperbole.
It's just that
he is the
every
Bungie
time
purist.
I give 343 a chance, they blow it somehow.
I was gonna
Like, the closest thing to getting a genuinely good, positive experience, the two things I can think of, two fingers, MCC getting announced for PC, and then all the way to the Halo 3 launch where it was relatively bug-free. Because Halo 1 and 2 and Reach were all fucking busted when they fucking started. So, at this point,
I'm okay.
I don't care where the story goes. I pretty much don't care where the gameplay goes because I know it's not going to be classic style, and I have the perfect segue into why I fucking know that.
Gee, I wonder what that could be.
Are you guys ready?
Star Wipe.
So as at work today, right? It's a retail job. I had a lot of downtime where I'm just doing nothing, right? And I'm thinking to myself about
kind of fucking
stuff.
job is that?
A retail job.
I don't know.
A lot of back
retail
rooms,
jobs
a
are
lot of
always
backroom
got me.
stuff.
Oh, you're the back room. Yeah, whatever.
I was going to say, I was in the back room. I wasn't on inbound. So there was a lot of time where I was just doing fucking nothing. But I was talking to myself. Well, not talking, thinking, what the fuck? Get off the table.
I was
I'm
readjusting
begging you.
my
I'm
position.
trying to...
Sit the fuck down, Joe Rogan.
So I was thinking to myself, right? I was like, there are two possibilities. Two fingers. I keep forgetting I have this gesture. That's why I keep like focusing it when I pull it up. But there are two possibilities. And only one of them can come true. There's no compromise on this. Halo Infinite would either double back and completely reverse on itself and just do classic style gameplay. You know, no sprint, no mobility, whatever, right? Or, they would continue to double down on the shit I don't like the mobility and all that stuff. And we get another game that plays completely different from the fucking last one and is just going to further alienate anyone who wanted a classic style Halo experience. Then I go on my break. And the cover art for Halo Infinite gets released. And Chief has a grappling hook. And I say, oops, I know what's happening. There go my ideas.
So here we are. we have now, the prologue is finished. We're moving into chapter 1. This is dawn of the final day. We are 1 day away from the Halo Infinite gameplay reveal at the Xbox Showcase tomorrow. And
First of all, that fucking box reveal was complete. We didn't even expect that happening. We thought you were just gonna say dumb shit.
we didn't even mean to wait this long to do it. We wanted to do this like a while ago, but things kept happening. His computer broke down. That's pretty much all that happened.
I got a
actually.
new computer.
You got
That's
a new
actually all
computer.
that happened. I just couldn't
Yeah.
fucking do any VR until
He
I
just
got
had
my
no
fans.
fucking fans.
And
The Chinese were holding his fans hostage, actually.
Well, New York City was.
New York City was in it.
There's
The
triads.
Chinese in New York City.
Yeah, there's
a really big-
triads in New York.
It's a really big conspiracy.
Chinatown for no reason.
So it's just really convenient that today we get this box art reveal and we see there is so much to discern from the box art, because box art tells you a lot about a game.
Should we talk like box art analysis first?
Sure.
That's
should we
what
just do
because like
predictions?
I don't know because I really didn't know what my anticipations were until this fucking box art dropped
Right,
today.
yeah, no,
'Cause
like,
I was like,
Sure.
yeah,
I learned a
Sure,
lot.
because like just like the tiniest detail completely changes your perception of what you're looking
yeah.
at.
Because you're like, oh, they're recreating the Halo 1 cover, but it's different. The ring is broken now, and there's a pelican. The dumbass pilot's going away from you, not towards you, because they're like drunk or something. Roy, bring
I
up a
was more
picture of the
thinking.
box art.
I was more
He
thinking.
cannot do that.
I was more thinking about
Editing magic.
the fucking grappling hook. I think that was a bigger giveaway of what the game.
Yeah, that was the first thing we noticed because there was a fucking leak
Well,
a while back.
It's interesting with the grappling hook. We'll talk about the leak in a second, but so they revealed a screenshot which was the box art, but in that screenshot, Chief does not have the grappling hook on his arm.
It's an
but
upgrade
it-
he's going to get
but-
at some point.
With yeah, I'm thinking some things about what this game is actually going to be, and I don't like any of them.
Oh
It's
yeah.
funny that they changed the subtitle from Halo Infinite to Halo Infinite and Chief dies twice. I mean, I found that was really weird.
Let the man speak.
Breath of the Halo.
It's tiny. It looks a
So
little
go
bit-
ahead,
Halo-
please.
Halo Stranding.
So yeah, let's talk about the leak that happened, since as of right now, kind of seems pretty
It's really
possible.
true.
It seems
I didn't
pretty
hear this leak,
possible.
so this is new to me.
We don't have it pulled up, do we? Like we don't know.
I don't
What?
have it.
Specifics.
I don't have it on hand. I mean, I can provide the picture to you, like after this.
are you
After
talking
Forgive
about?
me real quick.
It's right here.
It's right here. Put it on my hand.
It's going to be a
Put it
bunch
on
of
my
4chan text. No one's going to be able to read that.
Oh
It's
fuck!
a-
I'm
it's a-
even
it's a
closer to the
picture.
death now.
It's a picture.
Isn't it like a 4chan screenshot?
Well, it leaked.
I was about to say, was it a green?
picture.
I don't remember. Was the grappling hook thing a green text or was that?
Yes.
No,
green.
no, it was an image.
Oh,
It was an image
Oh
attached.
yeah, it was a fucking image, wasn't it?
So basically, there was. I don't remember if it green texted a lot of stuff, but like it green texted the stuff everyone predicted at the same time, like the Banished are coming back.
yeah.
And among them is a grappling hook, and included is a screenshot showing a Halo 5 HUD with a grappling hook HUD icon. Like placeholder stuff. And originally, pretty much everyone wrote it off as fake. But to me, there was the possibility because 343 is fucking like this, and also because like in Halo 5 there are still leftover like Halo 4 assets. Like you can still pick up like the Halo 4 assault rifle and shit in Halo 5 through like data mining and shit. So it made me think this is completely fucking plausible. Even with the claims of like the subspace engine, it's like they claim like every Halo is on a new engine when every like Halo 5 has Halo 4 assets, Halo 4 has Halo Reach assets, blah 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 blah, all the way back to Halo 1. So like, fuck it, it could have been real.
So I have one question. I know we're not getting onto predictions yet, but since the Banished are back, doesn't that mean the Spirit of Fire and Anders and Cutter are all dead?
I don't know.
I don't want that. I actually like those characters.
We'll get into predictions in a minute.
The
You
Halo
just said
Wars.
You just said
The
before
Halo-
we get into predictions that you started saying predictions.
We got to
Yeah.
discuss the grappling hook, because that's that is the biggest
That is-
elephant in the room.
That is the literally
Alright, I'm
first
gonna-
thing we noticed.
I'm gonna say something. If the grappling hook is fun to use, it's not gonna bug me
Fine.
because I love grappling
No,
hooks.
I agree. Grappling
hooks
hooks are
fucking cool.
Great. I love Like Titanfall's grappling hook is so fucking fun. I don't care. Like
Why is it restricted to Pathfinder?
See,
Play Titanfall.
I'm in a different boat here because y'all are talking like campaign shit. I'm so fucking worried that grappling hook is going to be in multiplayer and it's going to be another get out of a gunfight free card like Sprint has been since fucking Reach.
Like, just generally the enhanced mobility in Halo 5 kind of tooled into that, especially with like having an evade at all times and shit, and being able to clamber up walls, scuttle up walls like a fucking rat.
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
yeah.
well, here's the thing: put armor lock on and stop running away from all your problems.
Yeah.
Shut up.
I was about to say.
Mandatory.
I was gonna say that's another caveat I have is if it's an armor like pickup like Reach, if they bring that back, okay with
I was about to say,
it.
so my reasoning would be like I would be a million times more okay with it, and this is just in general with 343 stuff. If a lot of the stuff were just pickups in the game, like equipment in Halo
Like
3,
they were in Halo 4.
No.
like equipment in Halo 3,
Or Reach.
Oh, equipment. Okay.
Through a Reach.
then even Reach, you didn't have abilities like as spawns on the map, you know.
Yeah,
But,
'cause
like-
you had loadouts to Reach.
But like say like a grapple can spawn on a map. Like let's take a map like Midship or something, for example. The most advantage you could get by making it like a limited use like power item
You
would
can get
be
to the sword quicker.
you can get the sword faster. Yeah, something like that. Something that can alter the gameplay, but it's ultimately just in addition to the sandbox,
I mean,
rather than. Yeah, I know. I'm using Midship as a fucking example
I know.
because it's vertical.
I know. I'm just looking at this almost purely from a fucking multiplayer standpoint, and I'm just like, this is
Pissed.
worrying.
I know. I understand. You're so tiny, it's funny.
What?
But it's like a toddler at the table.
I.
Fooled this shit.
But
Crush your head like a fucking grape.
my whole thing is, if it were a pickup,
You
right,
want to play with me?
a pickup that were actually balanced for gameplay, in a like both a casual or competitive setting, something you could turn off in competitive in general, you know, and just not have on a map. Or like maybe BTB maps might have a grappling hook more often, or something like that.
Okay, see, BTB, I
What?
didn't think of that.
Yeah,
It'd be fine.
Did you say CBT?
Big team
I did
bitches?
not.
I thought you said
I did not.
CBT.
Big ball torture.
Ah,
Big ball torture.
okay. Take away the torture part,
But anyway,
Shut up.
and it's just a giant
that kind
big
of
golf
shit.
ball.
I think that will make it
Those
more
aren't
fun
Halo.
for like casual gameplay from the sandbox perspective. But I know they're not gonna fucking do that.
There's also
And that's what upsets me, is that every time, like I've grown jaded because of this. Because every time I give the fucking benefit of the doubt and slam my microphone into my controller, every time I give them the benefit of the doubt, they don't come close.
yeah.
They just go the other way.
And there's also people have been also speculating like it might not be a mobility, it might be a Doom meat hook. I don't know.
I'm fine with that.
That's
If
cool.
it were me hook, I'd be okay. But then you from there, you now need to think, how will that benefit you in a campaign setting? Because the meat hook is there for the campaign of Doom, right?
It's a
for
tool
killing
in
demons
Doom.
better.
You need it
It's
in
a
Doom.
tool.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I have a question that kind of relates to the grappling hook. So since that's going to mean enhanced mobility, maybe you know how in the Halo 5 cutscenes, Chief and all his friends are flying around with the jetpacks they have on their back, but they never actually fucking use them in game.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll be able to actually finally be able to use those jetpacks to fly?
No,
around
those
that?
are you do.
You do.
Those
you know
those
when you
aren't.
use them?
They were in space in that one scene.
Whatever.
I thought he was getting up to like fucking fight me.
Ah,
Sit the fuck back
But
down.
okay, so you want
this is a
Let me
professional
ruin your day.
podcast setting.
Yeah,
let me
sure
ruin your
is.
fucking day.
Yeah,
Yeah, ruin my
You
day.
you do use the jets in Halo 5. You know when you use them?
when you ram into stuff.
When you sprint.
Yeah,
And-
that's what when you hit melee while
and-
you're sprinting.
And if you ADS in the air, you use them to float for a bit.
So you
Yeah.
can use them to fly. It's fucking.
No, you use them to
You can
slow down your
hover.
ascent.
You can
It's
hover.
completely different. You can
Shut
hover.
the fuck up. Just give
Use
me a
them as a
jetpack.
boost or a hover.
Just give Halo Chiefs a jetpack, please.
They had jetpacks and they fucking suck.
They had jump packs. Those are different.
No,
I can't
Halo
say-
Reach had jetpacks.
Those are the shittiest jetpacks of all time.
They're so
Technology has
funny.
evolved.
I love jetpacks because people that are new to the game just start flying and they think that means
People
gun.
just don't know how to use it.
It's so
It's so
funny. Just keep jetpacking, but I'm sure I won't hit you that way.
No one's gonna hit me. I'm
But
in the air.
back to the thing at hand.
Yes.
I hit my game camera.
You're hitting a lot.
But
Wait, does that actually affect it?
no, well it does. But they don't see it because this is my camera.
Oh.
But back to the subject at
Meow.
hand.
There are cats
Forgive the
crying in the
cat.
background.
The Halo Infinite.
I can't do anything
Other
about
elements-
that. I apologize.
other elements of the Halo
Why?
What the fuck is happening to you?
Shut the fuck up.
The implications of the rest of the Halo Infinite box art. You had one about the environment you're in.
So, I do not trust this game to be a linear shoot game.
And that makes me upset.
I can.
I think we all kind of assume
Just,
they're not.
it's
It's
the
not
one thing
gonna.
I want.
The name of the
Just-
game.
Oh god! Oh what the fuck!
What?
I'm dying.
Okay. The name
What
of the
happened to my
game.
hand?
And every bit of
And how you play it.
presentation that we've seen has shown nothing of a linear shooting game. Do you know what we've seen with the one trailer we have?
Master Chief running into space.
Chief
That's
wakes
pretty
up.
much it.
Chief wakes up, and a character points at a world that the game will take place in,
We
Halo.
got 2 trailers actually.
with no real set pieces. And then the next trailer, or the next piece of promotional material that just came out today, is that reveal image of
You're on the Halo.
the promotional stuff with the Halo, which
Because fuck it, bring
has-
Installation 5 back again. Who gives a shit?
has landmarks that are Forerunner based, which is fine. That's a staple of Halo, but
Yeah, but they look like dick.
with the colors of the box, with the presentation of the posing and the composition, everything about this game tells
Oh, I
me
got
Breath of the Halo.
a text message.
Well,
And they have done nothing. They have done nothing to prove me otherwise. Like,
and you also have to remember,
Just,
the reveal trailer was just the same open field,
yes,
pictures of, or
I
just
was gonna
shots
say-
of landmarks, and just like animals.
yes.
From the minute this
Like
fucking
around.
game was revealed, people were like, "Oh, it's gonna be open world," because the only shit we have seen is just open world. There's animals, there's landmarks, people. Halo.
And from what I've played of Halo, I see no fucking reason for there to be a grappling hook. Like, sure,
I
some
see
maps
every
are
reason for there to
open.
be a grappling hook.
Some maps are open, but there's no like requirement to traverse like vertically or anything like that, unless there's a grappling hook that you
So-
need to traverse like mountains or some shit.
Or mapping towers. Hey!
What I was gonna say while
Or
we're on the
I was gonna
topic
say-
of the open world, I'm so fucking worried that they're going to be doing like gameplay tropes that like Ubisoft has fucking dropped already.
I was
Like they're gonna do
say,
you gotta go. Oh, you fucking go
Yeah,
climb up the
climb every
towers,
tower.
and then you reveal more of the map. Ubisoft doesn't even do that anymore. That's
They
like
made
a big.
They
They made
fun, of that.
in Far Cry 5
You
because they're
gotta-
like, oh, we're not gonna have you climb these towers.
You gotta find brute bandit camps to raid
Yeah.
That's
Oh my
what I was
God.
about to say.
And,
to get
and you
upgrade
tag
points.
with
And
your
you,
binoculars.
you have to tag them with your binoculars. Now,
Because Far Cry 5 sold a few copies, so
I
that means
don't-
it's popular. So we have to incorporate
because
features.
the fucking they've always had binoculars in Halo, but you never had a reason to use it. They're gonna fucking give that a use.
I'm having an My ulcer's exploding.
This can't like I'm hoping I'm wrong because this is such a crackhead theory.
No, but here's the thing.
But it's
because
3.3.
I also looked at the box art, right? When you
Yes.
said it has landmarks and it looks like it's going to be open world, right?
Right, right.
And
right.
I was like, it better not be. And I did the mistake that I mentioned before, where I hit my microphone with my Vive controller. But I did the mistake that I mentioned before, where I say I give 343 the benefit of the doubt that they're not going to do something stupid, and then they go the other way. And the reason I say that is because, by God, I just want a fucking campaign to play, right? Just a set of missions that are well designed and everything. And I look at the cover art, you see the open field, you see the landmarks, right? And in the background, you notice how the Halo... Shut up. Shut your fucking mouth. I'm saying my dumb shit.
They get to say stuff all the time, but I don't.
Cock!
Balls.
In the background. A broken Halo ring, right? The Halo ring is broken in pieces, right?
Yes.
You ever notice there's a giant Forerunner wall at the edge of the world? Where it breaks?
Cat.
I mean, like, I saw that and I just said...
Magic
That's
trick.
the end.
He's gone.
That is the end.
Forgive me, I have to go let some fucking cats out because they won't shut up.
Meow.
I saw that fucking wall and I'm like, oh my god, that's the end of the game world.
Yeah,
if you try and fly over it, it's gonna like turn you around.
Holy shit. Okay. Grappling hook is not going to be able to attach to Forerunner structures.
Yeah.
It's going to be and that is what the radio towers are going to be made out of, that you have to collect to get the map. And that's your excuse for not being able to climb the outer wall.
So you gotta like cap a banshee if you're gonna get those towers.
And or it's like Breath of the Wild, where there's just you have to like climb it in a specific way. You know, like there's gonna be like because they just have to make a fucking puzzle out of it.
So I think this is a good segue. So since we're comparing possible features of what's been in other games to what might happen in Halo Infinite, I think it's a good time. We need to consider what have been some popular games in the last few years that 343 can yank mechanics from and just shove into Halo Infinite for no rhyme or reason other than, hey, it was popular in this, it should be popular in that.
Well, obviously, Titanfall.
I was about to say, can I give my like scent that I gave in the fucking Discord real quick?
Sure, go ahead.
Because I know it's gonna happen in the fucking demo. Because grappling hook, Titanfall, right? We know.
Apex.
You know what's gonna happen? There's gonna be like a banished phantom or some shit, right? And one of your partners, probably like Linda or Kelly or some shit, or like maybe Chief has a new AI, right? Named like Corblanta. They're gonna say Chief.
Oh, shit.
Chief. The brute chieftain, Atriox, right? That's his name?
Yeah,
Atriox is getting away, right? He's getting away in the Phantom, and Chief's gonna go on it. So he wall runs and grapples the Phantom, and that's like the end of the trailer.
Yeah, and then Atriox is like, he steps on the gravel, is like, not today, little demon, and then he like...
Yeah, right, he like gets up to the window, or like the open like bay door, and he like grabs him by the neck, and it's like first person, he's like, not today, Master Chief, and he throws him. And
Instead
that's when
of killing him right there.
Title. Yeah. It's gonna be something dumb like that.
It's gonna be like the opening of Destiny 2.
Ooh! Destiny's gotten like
popular,
a bigger revival. Yeah, it's got a bigger revival with its fan base and the new business model and shit. Right now, that Bungie's like in full reins. That means 343's looking.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can you point the camera at that real quick?
Takes too much effort.
But that means 343 is really looking now, right, at Destiny. So here's my next idea. Here's my next prediction, tying into the open world thing.
Oh God, I know what you're gonna say. Fuck.
What do you think I'm gonna say?
So you know how Destiny has guns you can find that are different tier levels and different loot rarity.
Well, so I wasn't gonna go there yet.
Oh my God!
Here's what I was gonna go for. Okay,
that will kill the game for me if that's revealed.
No. Here's what I'm gonna go for. First things first.
Oh, sweet Jura's Wrath.
Multiple open worlds. My fucking microphone. I'm not used to using a regular microphone.
Okay. I'm back.
Multiple open worlds.
Your mic is breaking down at the seams. It's okay.
Mine?
It has it like gets better and then it goes like crackly again. It's fine.
It's fine.
Okay, can y'all hear me? I'm back.
Yes, we can hear you. Explain multiple open worlds, please.
Yeah, what do you?
Because I don't know if
I have a feeling I know what he's talking about.
Yeah, come on, Blair Witch, get back to the table.
Fuck.
Ignore that. Ignore that.
Cut that out. That's gonna get copyright claimed.
What, cunt?
What? Sit in your fucking chair, baby.
I'm
Please.
trying to find my other fucking controller. Talk! Talk!
Ah,
Okay,
fuck.
okay. So, RB, did you hear what I said about Destiny 2?
No, I
So,
left
okay,
when he was
okay.
talking about raiding brute camps, I think.
Okay, so Destiny 2, resurgence in popularity, right? Because it's on PC, new business model, all that shit, right?
Yeah.
That means 343 is looking. So, here's what I'm gonna say. Multiple open worlds. And what I mean by that is... Oh, camera. What I mean by that is... You can't explore the ring at once. It's broken. So you have different open hub worlds.
I was gonna say
That are different pieces of the Halo ring. And here's where it really comes to me going, they're looking at Destiny 2. You know that Pelican from the trailer?
Yeah.
That's going to be your starship, like in Destiny 2. That's how you get to those.
Oh my god!
Oh,
Like
no, I
in the
just thought of
Dune, the
something.
trailer is gonna be
That's
like
how
your
That's how
Dune. The
you
trailer
get
is gonna be your
to-
fuck buddy and like talk to you
Yeah,
and shit when you
he's-
go to different.
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
No,
He's gonna be
you're
he's gonna be Pequod from Metal Gear Solid 5.
Oh.
You're not gonna have an AI, right? Blue Team's not gonna be talking to you. He's gonna be talking to you through the headset.
Oh my god! He's gonna be your fucking comic relief buddy.
He's gonna be Russell.
Oh fuck!
Oh,
yeah.
Master Chief.
Because they're alone
Oh.
out there, and obviously he can't get a signal out.
Oh my god!
So the
I
point of the
think we
game is going to be trying to hail the UNSC to Halo again.
So I was thinking, since I've been playing a lot of Death Stranding, and that game was relatively popular and hyped up. What if
Yeah.
it's about reconnecting the UNSC on the ring, and you've got to build up the bases and make deliveries of cargo supplies and make it safer for the UNSC to go along the ring?
Who's fucking? I just. Simmons just asked to join.
No. Remember, this game, there 343 is great at looking at other games, yanking mechanics from them, and just throwing them into Halo
Okay,
for
so-
no fucking reason.
I'm gonna try to do some like stealthy boy, not stealthy boy, but I'm gonna try to be like looking at shit online if I can try to get the fucking keyboard on Windows Mixed Reality to work. Because I swear to God, I remember an article from back in like 2018 where they were like, oh yeah, Halo Infinite's gonna be like a fucking shared, not shared universe, but they were like, it's gonna be like online, like interconnected shit,
Like Death Stranding.
like Destiny or.
So, here's another thing, right? So, one of you brought up how like you're alone with the pilot, right?
That's me, yeah.
Yeah, you're alone with the pilot. That's all the more reason for it to just be Breath of the Wild.
Exactly.
Because you're fucking alone. That's why you're going after towers and like bandaged camps and shit.
And you'll run into like
Linda or someone.
I was
in the
gonna say like
mountains.
Covenant, like maybe you'll run into like Covenant stragglers, like grunts who don't really want to be with the band or something, and they'll give you like quests to do.
Here's my idea.
Because there's got to
for a
be,
character.
you gotta have some form of NPC
Yeah.
somewhere.
So here are my ideas. Here are my ideas that could happen. First of all, like halfway through the campaign, Blue Team, right?
Die.
You find right, they get to you, or you get to them, right?
Yeah.
So they're with you like the last half of the single player.
Yeah.
What if the good elites are like on the planet, but they're like the resistance in like Far Cry, where they're not very freedom, and they have hideouts. And here's the thing, right? Maybe not Arbiter's there. Maybe Arbiter comes with Blue Team or some shit, right?
Yeah.
Maybe he's dead.
You know who you're gonna run into?
Sergeant.
Remember Halfjaw?
Halfjaw, yeah. Shipmaster.
You're gonna run into Halfjaw from Halo 2 and 3.
I love
Because
Shipmaster.
he hasn't been in the new trilogy yet. So like, and since this game, since they brought the Banish back, they used the Halo 3 like trailer theme. This is clearly gonna like rehash elements of Halo 3.
That's nostalgia bait for sure.
He's gonna show up. He's gonna show up in the Shadow of Intent.
And then Atriox is gonna blow it out of the skies to prove a point or something.
Oh yeah.
I'm just saying, like, since everyone in these medias are creatively bankrupt and they think, oh, how do we get people to care about? Just have the new characters kill everyone that you cared about. That'll get people to care about these villains and hate them and whatever. There's no other way we can write this. It's impossible to write another way.
It's funny you brought this up because this is a plot thing that I don't have much to actually say on. It's not really a prediction as much as it's just what's happening. But the Halo sequel trilogy is going like the same way as the Star Wars sequel trilogy.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
In that the second entry of both, like, completely write everything into a fucking corner. Where, like, there's no logical, reasonable way for the good people to come back. There's, like, 5 of them, and the villains control literally every single facet of the universe, right? And then they realize that, and then they also see that people don't like the new entry. So they say, oh, fuck, what do we do? So the next one feels like is complete fucking nostalgia pandering, and it just off-screen resets everything back to the status quo as much as it can, reasonably. Because I know you can't with, like, Infinite, because Cortana, the God King of the Universe, or whatever the fuck.
Play Fortnite to hear Atrios' exclusive message announcing his return to the known universe.
Somehow
Oh, yeah.
Cortana has returned.
But,
wait,
like,
does Halo or does Microsoft have a battle royale they can do that shit in? They wouldn't do it in Fortnite.
No, Halo's not going to be a battle royale.
what's that?
Play Halo 5 to hear Atriox's triumphant return to our universe.
No, you're gonna hear it in Forza,
Forza.
the only other Microsoft game.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You got to drive the Warthog car, and if you turn on the radio at the right time, you'll hear Atriox yelling at you.
Like during the little Halo crossover mission.
Exactly. Instead of hearing like Mjolnir mix, it plays the secret message.
But like,
Yeah. But if you leave it on long enough after that, you hear someone say Phoenix or something like that, and it's all Gears of War's here now, and he's going to help us kill Atriox. I forgot the main character's name of Gears of War.
I remember Dom. I can't remember.
Okay, so I've been quiet because I've been looking around for. I don't know if this is the exact article I remember because I swear I remember reading it back in like 2018. But this one from GameSpot is talking about how they plan on using. I was right about how they had said they were planning on doing like the live service kind of structure, and they were saying that this one dude from 343 at a developer conference, I think, he says, quote, "We have to be able to change content quickly. We can't afford to wait 3 years every time we drop a new product and have it be a black box because the games kids play. The games kids are playing are changing every week." And it says the reference to a 3-year development cycle is outdated. Paired with the title of Halo Infinite itself would seem to suggest that Microsoft and 343 are planning this entry as a kind of ongoing game of sorts.
Oh my god, it's going to be an MMO.
It says will kill also reference having a set of rules that people can engage with and buy into for years to come.
I can't wait till nothing that we do in the game affects the overworld whatsoever.
that's not what I take from this. You know what I take from this? The empty grass field is going to be all that's there during launch, but they're going to do an expansion like next year that adds another like hub world, like Destiny.
I don't want this.
Like next year they add Mercury.
I don't fucking care about anything.
And then you look in the video documentary, and you're going to see they already had it finished and they just withheld it from the game.
This is actually cool. I got my fucking desktop right here.
Dick, with what you just said, I actually want the Breath of the Wild game more than I want fucking whatever you just described.
Fucking Destiny.
What I'm describing is Breath of the Wild with Destiny-style loot progression.
I don't want that.
I think best case scenario. Okay, if this open world shit is real, I think the best case scenario we could even hope for right now is Metal Gear Solid 5 level of the open world kind of sucks, but at least the game is fun.
So
Metal
Gear Solid 5's open world is fucking terrible. There's nothing to do in it.
Yeah, you can tranquilize a zebra.
It's really fun to mess around in sometimes.
So, here's the thing.
You can psychologically torture Russian dudes.
I was going to say, part of the reason why I think that would at least work...
You have to Fulton extract grunts to save them from the banished.
Fulton extracting grunts?
But part of why I think that can work in Halo is because Halo already has a fun sandbox for multiplayer.
Yeah.
So, at least if you have an open world, even if it's barren, like Metal Gear Solid 5, you would still be able to have your friends and just fuck around in Warthogs or like I don't know.
Actually,
Maybe
yeah, no,
maybe
you
you
make a
maybe you can fly the Pelican, and like you guys can just fuck around.
really
Now,
good
Pelican's
point. I
gonna be
didn't
like the last
consider.
vehicle you can unlock.
When it comes to open world games, something that can always draw me into them, even if I don't care for the genre that much, is co-op. I don't like Far Cry that much. I mean, I think it's a good game,
Co-op.
but co-op Far Cry is so fucking fun. And same for Just
Co-op.
Cause. I think Just Cause is a great game, but co-op, well, co-op,
even better.
multiplayer, whatever, multiplayer
It ain't
mod.
even, yeah.
It's just fun. Like the sandbox is there. So, I mean, I think
Like
the multiplayer, one way or another, will be fun in this game
I will say this.
because it always has
I'm
been
gonna
with
break my
343.
fucking index.
If it is just open world and you're able to use like the full range of the Halo sandbox in the open world with your friends,
That'd be cool.
I will play this over Destiny.
It's yeah,
Because I already don't play Destiny that much because of how limited your sandbox is. Because it's just weapons and abilities. There's no vehicle sandbox in Destiny, which is a shame because the vehicles are really good in Destiny.
and the abilities
they
are way
play
too
really
restricted.
well. Oh yeah, but like the vehicles play super well in Destiny, but the map design is only designed for you to be able to sprint through it or drive a ghost through it. I'm sorry, a Sparrow.
Very tight levels without much like openness.
Exactly.
Which is one of the best parts of Halo is how open the levels are.
Yeah, which is why Destiny is boring as dog shit.
Well, Destiny's boring as dog shit because there's a shitload of grinding you gotta do by just playing the same handful of strikes and raids over and over.
And
then hoping that you get something good from them.
Yeah.
And then, I mean the 30-second
Apparently
shoot,
they improved that.
the 30-second
I also
fun
don't
shoot loop is fun, but
Yeah.
Shoot loops.
but then the shoot loops, but then your guns aren't as good anymore, and you got to get new guns.
Yeah,
And
What if
like,
I really
infuse
like
these-
this gun? Well, then you can infuse it, but you need these materials, and then you need to go grind for this and that. And this is like, oh god, shut the fuck up.
I
And
wanted
then the new season rolls around, and the whole meta turns into like one gun. So you can't even fucking play PvP if you
I
want.
swear
You know,
I swear to fucking god, if that trailer tomorrow or that gameplay tomorrow shows Master Chief picking up an assault rifle and like a thing pops up that says assault rifle level blank damage output is a reload, and then he finds another one, Ailer, I'm gonna shut the fucking thing off because I'm not gonna give the game my time.
you know, now that I
after
think about it, the idea of having like a Destiny style hub where like you chill with your friends and it's like you
Like,
guys
your
we can go
multiplayer Spartans.
yeah as your multiplayer Spartans and it's like I don't know what the fucking part would be where you go and play the actual like Master Chief part. I don't know, maybe it's like a Splatoon
You go to
thing
like a
where you go into
Pelican Bay or
you go
some
into the
shit.
fucking subway tunnels or yeah like in the
You
fucking
go to, like, a
Pelican.
hangar
Or it's
some
like
shit.
you and your friends go up and you like, oh, you want to go do war games? That's going to be the arena, the
Maybe you
classic
talk
arena
to
shit.
Chief and he's like playing an Xbox and he's just like,
Yeah,
I would
what they're just gonna Kojima it,
you go
just make
you go
it
to your friend,
playing the game
you go
in
to
universe.
you go to a dude and he's like, you want to go to the fucking war games and that's the multiplayer shit, or you go to another dude, he's like, hey, you want to go do, I don't know what the term would be, but it'd be firefight.
okay, yeah. Hey,
You're like,
Chief,
that'd
you
be
want to run
kinda
some
cool.
simulations? You know,
Oh, shut up.
I don't know.
So-
Shut up. I'm gonna
So
punch the
here's-
guy who says that to me.
here's another thing if we're talking about like potential in terms of game modes. Can we like make Warzone good?
Can we make what? Okay, because
So
yeah,
it's not just Slayer with like some Marines hanging around in a building.
But then how will
Um,
it steal the show?
fucking Warzone. I was playing Warzone a couple like weeks ago, and I was just thinking like you could totally make this work, and all it takes is just get the fuck
concept of it sounds
rid of the microtransaction shit, and have it so that whenever you level up, and what's her fucking name? I forgot the bitch's name.
Sarah
Palmer.
Palmer is like level 3 Rex or level 5 Rex available. It's like, okay, so now you have access to these weapons. Now you have access to these
like
they're
like
just-
ordnance,
Like Invasion.
Wiener
Like,
balls.
yeah.
Or, yeah,
It's like you
invasion.
can go to the loadout station and you can just go grab these weapons because they're available to everyone now, and you can.
So I'm gonna give my dumb gamer take on a game mode that would be really good for a Warzone evolution. You guys know Gambit from Destiny 2?
Yes.
Yes.
So okay, so
Gambit is very fun.
Gambit's
I'm lying,
fucking
I have played
incredible.
Gambit.
Hunt. Well, I'm going to explain it anyway in case you, the viewer, haven't seen it. I had to lean back so I didn't punch my microphone again. So the way Gambit works is you have two teams in two separate areas, right? And each team is fighting enemies, right? It's PvE, right? It's competitive PvE. The more enemies you kill, the more currency you get. And you have to bank it at a center place. Every time you bank that currency, it puts a strong enemy on the enemies in the enemy team's arena, right? So they have to deal with that before they can bank more of their points.
Like a pair of hunters or something.
Yeah, exactly. In the case of Halo, it would be like a pair of hunters or a Promethean knight, because let's not kid ourselves, the Prometheans are going to be here. But regardless,
which will be interesting.
When you bank gamer currency, that summons a big boss. So, let's say
Atriox.
Sure, let's just say Atriox or whatever the fuck, right? A big tanky.
One of his lieutenants or something, whatever.
Yeah. And when you kill that boss, you win the round. Right? Simple enough.
But wait, no, we can't do that because then they'd be like, well, if his lieutenant died in Warzone, how come he's in the main game? Oh,
I got a fucking thing to say in a minute because I just had an idea.
What you got to say?
No, it's not really related to this. So keep going.
Because remember, any gameplay mechanic has to be related to the lore somehow.
It's a simulation. Next question.
It's a hollow deck.
It's a fucking simulation. In Warzone, you can kill Jul and Dama.
Oh, you can? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the lore. That's what the dumbass lore was with fucking 343. Is that they were like, oh, all the multiplayer shit is simulation.
Oh, shut up.
It's dumb, but
doesn't really
you can't escape it.
You can't me for phasing into the table and trying to.
I'm just thinking of my chair.
Is Infinite rated M, or is it T?
I don't think we've gotten a confirmation of the rating.
Yeah, I don't think they've revealed the rating.
That's why
we'll find out tomorrow.
We're talking about the fucking meat hook.
Well, not a gory meat. Like they'll do the T-rated thing where like sparks will come out like it's a Tokusatsu show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I had an idea. Because you had brought up fucking Prometheans, and I had a thought. Yeah. We're back on the Halo ring. You know we're gonna get fucking Flood, so they're gonna have to balance the Covenant, the Prometheans, and the Flood. And I was just like, what if we get like a proper like PvE like horde mode with the fucking the Flood, like a firefight like offset?
Well, here's the thing, because did any of you see the story of Halo Wars 2?
No.
Okay, here's the thing. The ring you're on, it's installation 05 again, because of course they just built it again in Halo Wars 2 to send it back to our universe so that they could send Anders back to deliver a message and it gets captured by a Guardian. So
installation 5 was Halo 2, it didn't break.
Or installation 4, whatever. Delta Halo, or not Delta Halo. What was installation 4 called?
Alpha
Halo. It's Alpha Halo. So it's just that again. You're on the first Halo ring again.
Yeah.
So, but at the end of Halo Wars 2, there's
How though you can only be on the ring for a couple hours.
Where High Charity, it's there and the Flood are there, but they're not. They're on the Ark. They're not on the ring when they sent it back. So there can't be Flood there because it was a fresh ring. There were no Flood samples there.
You know how easy it would be for them to say the Sentinels snuck a Flood into the fridge.
Why would the Sentinels do that?
Because it's a Halo ring. They're designed to contain the Flood.
They're designed to kill Flood's food.
And they also contain the Flood. If you're going to complain like that, you got to complain about Halo 1.
Yeah, it is stupid in Halo 1.
Yeah. But it's still how it works.
It's stupid.
So I think about what I was going to say about the Prometheans / Forerunners is, are they going to redesign them if they show up? Because in Halo Infinite, in the box art we've seen, the Forerunner structures look like classic Halo Forerunner structures.
Yeah, they look like...
Instead of being like fucking Tron set pieces, they look like solid...
I've got my shitty
metal bricks, like they're supposed to.
Defense force. I've got my shitty 343 defense force, right?
Okay.
So, the official canon as to why the Prometheans and Halo 4 and 5 stuff look so different.
I'm already sleeping.
Is because, yeah, I know, right? Because the Shield Worlds and Prometheans are by the warrior servants or whatever the fuck they're called, and the rings and the Sentinels are by the builders.
I was gonna say it's gonna be like some fucking like Greek Roman different culture type shit.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it though. Like that is exactly it. Like one of the last lines in Halo 5 is the one monitor saying they serve the builders, and that's why they turn against Cortana at the end
Mm-hmm.
because
Rory,
Cortana
smash.
is in control of the evil Promethean robots, right? But not the builder robots. So like Sentinels are going to be good guys.
Which, you know what? I'm fine with that. Sentinels have been getting a bad rep. They need to have some hero time at some point.
Bad rep. They haven't been in any of the games for a decade.
They were in Halo 3 for 2 minutes.
No, there was like a single Sentinel in Halo 4.
There's like a hallway where they're there, and that's it.
Yeah, they're fighting hunters in Halo 4.
So, what about...
Why do I remember that?
There's so much I forget about Halo 4.
What about Cortana?
She's going to
be...
Are you ready?
My prediction
We need to
is
open
that-
up this can of worms because you know Microsoft can't leave Cortana alone. She's the big-titted, large-booby selling point of the fucking 2000s that they can't let go.
I am calling it right now. There's the Cortana in Halo 5. That's a split part of Cortana that escaped when she killed the stupid bald.
I was gonna
idiot
say,
dude.
every fucking time I see the cutscene for Halo 5 where she turns on you, every motherfucker in the comment section is like, "That's not the real Cortana. It's one of the ones that broke off of her in Halo 4."
And that's what they're totally going to do. And she's gonna like hear a message of like the actual Cortana, and she's gonna be like in virtual chains, like strung up by the evil Cortana. And she's like, "Oh, John, thank you for coming to save me," and all that shit. And she's gonna be like, "You kept your promise," and he's like, "I knew because I could keep it."
I just thought of another Breath of the Halo bit.
Yeah.
Oh my god, she's gonna be Zelda, isn't she?
Instead of Triforce pieces, you're collecting Cortana fragments.
Oh, shut the fuck
Oh.
Rebuild her AI.
Also, that's Wind Waker, not.
I
Breath of the Wild.
know, but Zelda, open world Zelda.
Oh my god.
You're gonna wake up the fucking Forerunner robots. They shoot the big laser at the fucking whatever main structures in the game.
Instead of like getting the power of like the Hylian gods, you just get like big Sentinel upgrades.
You gotta
Like
get
the
the fucking
grappling hook.
champions, dude.
I'm telling you, Chief is gonna have to. The grappling hook is going to be a fucking skill tree, or they're gonna find it, and it's gonna be a Metroidvania. This game is a Metroidvania.
I would
Oh,
be fine with that.
that'd be the
That'd be
good
cool.
ending.
That'd be a cool one.
No, the grappling hook is going to be like the glider in Breath of the Wild, where you get it and then they set you out. My microphone.
Stop hitting your microphone. No, okay. So that's so my secondary theory is it's gonna be a Metroidvania.
That's fine.
I don't believe
That
that.
would be.
There's
I
no
don't know
proof.
anything.
I have little to
but-
no proof of that.
You have
The
nothing.
reason,
Oh,
the
then-
reason I don't believe that
Yeah.
is because Metroidvanias,
Are fun.
while they are non-linear, they are not open world.
You're right.
Because your progress is still routed through the world.
And I
Yeah.
think
Like,
that
you're just able to backtrack free.
that's what I want though. But I know it's not what I like. I think that'd be perfect for Halo. Because
I
Metroid
know
Prime
it's-
is basically a fucking Halo game.
No,
Not really.
no,
No, it's
I
not.
hate you.
I don't know why I
Also-
said
I
that.
hate you.
I don't know why
I think you
said
should take that. I think you should take that back.
I am
think you
taking
should
it
rip
back.
your
I don't
own
know
head
why I
off.
said that. That's not true.
Most
I,
idiotic
Cortana.
one I've ever heard.
I saw a bingo card earlier today that predicted codex scanning is going to be in the game.
I'm sorry, you're sitting like the fucking Jarl from Skyrim.
I like looked at the camera and I saw that. I was like, it's funny.
So
Okay,
where do we go from here?
we were talking about.
I was
Just
gonna
Cortana. We talked about Cortana. She's going to be revealed to be
Right.
a fragment.
I have two. So like that's a good theory, but I don't think 343 is gonna write a story like that.
Yeah, what's
No.
your theory?
So here's the thing. Remember how I brought up how this sequel Halo trilogy is like the Star Wars sequel trilogy? Remember how in the middle of Episode 9, Kylo Ren just sees a ghost and goes, "I have to be good now," and he's good for the rest of it. And then he just eats shit and dies because
He falls down a pit. Yeah.
is gonna do. All right, he did get thrown down a pit.
He was originally supposed to die in that pit, but then they like realized that'd be not
I
as
think
good.
that he came out.
I think they should
what-
have left it like that. But anyways.
But anyway,
Gonna be
like,
the
same-
ghost of the prophet
So-
of regret.
No,
Shut
no,
up.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not.
Oh shit.
Sit down.
Sorry, I got really excited.
So like Cortana's gonna be doing her evil thing, right?
Yeah.
And she's gonna see like she's gonna meet like Guilty Spark or some shit, right?
Yeah.
He's gonna be like, "Oh, you were good before, and now you're evil because of the
I wanna take that
Prometheus."
from
And
him.
she's gonna say, "You're right," and then she's gonna like plug into the Halo 1 control room because she still probably has that fucking activation index, even though she used it in Halo 3, and she's gonna be like, "The activation index from the first Halo, a little souvenir I kept just
Sorry.
in case." And Guilty Spark's gonna say, "Remember who you are," and like die or some shit. And she's gonna say, and then you're just gonna beat up Atriox.
So here I have
And you're gonna throw him down a pit.
the opening of the game is going to be Atriox suddenly re-entering the known galaxy, and Cortana's going to have all the guardians and everything, and it's just like an unstoppable force. Then the big monkey's just going to blow them all away like it's fucking nothing for no reason whatsoever, and that's why they're resetting it back to square one. And
You know
that's
what
why Cortana's powerless again.
No. You know why? You know why I think the Banished are gonna be here? You
Big
know why?
monkey.
So,
Ooh, ah.
so like the UNSC and the Banished were fighting around the Halo ring when Cortana became evil, right?
But the banished weren't there.
Semantics. It got explained in a book.
Hey, wait a second. If you look
What?
at the official Halo timeline, at the end of Halo Reach, when Halsey gives her eulogy, that's well past the years of when this game is supposed to take place.
Yeah.
Oh.
Are you just gonna change the fucking ending of Halo Reach if that's what you? Oh wait, hey, hold on a second. Remember the time travel theories?
So I don't want that to happen. Because
You don't want it to
That's
happen.
something completely.
no, because you know those fucking time travel theories came up because everyone watched Endgame, and then they went on 4chan and said, "I can make a fake leak."
I think the time travel theories might have been worth talking about, but now that we know the Banished are the main bad guys, it would make no sense.
So like, I forgot what I was gonna say. Never mind.
Halsey still has to live. If she dies in the game, that contradicts
Right, I remember what I had
everything.
to say. You know that like high tech future ship in the Halo Reach ending? That's like just part of the matte painting in the background.
Yeah.
The one that ruined the entire art style for Halo to come.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bungie.
Shut the fuck up.
It did. You even said it at one point. I'm quoting you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That wasn't supposed to be the setup for the art style. That was just a fucking like end of the shot matte painting or end of the
Yeah,
fucking...
well, tell that to 343.
I wish I could. But anyway, that ship is going to be how we win the game.
Oh, fuck off.
Like, no, Halsey's going to be on that ship.
You're gonna warthog run to that ship.
And she's going to help you beat Cortana.
It's the Borealis.
First of all,
and that's how you escape the Halo ring, and you go back to Reach, and you build an In-N-Out burger there.
You find.
first of all, I'm gonna fucking call it because they've been nostalgia pandering so hard with what little fucking like hype they've given. They're totally gonna be a warthog run at the end.
Oh yeah,
I don't mind that because I like the Warthog runs always, no matter what.
And to be fair, Halo 5 didn't have it. Neither did Halo 4. Halo 4 had.
You know what? I'm gonna say something. I like Halo 4's ending level. I like the opening part of the ending level where you're flying the saber.
That's fun.
I thought that was cool.
I like the trench run. I also watch Star Wars.
I mean,
feels
yeah,
nice.
I always play the fucking trench run song while I'm playing that level. So I mean, it's kind of obvious.
I
That
too
makes
watch
sense.
Star Wars. Brittany.
Fuck you, Courtney.
Guys, please
Black
stop
Ops.
fighting.
Black Ops.
So like Warthog run, like okay, so like you bring Halsey to like the control room or something,
She gets on a rocket hog turret.
and she blows Cortana's head off. No, but like okay, you have a confrontation in the control room. Like my blue snowball microphone.
Stop tapping
That's
your
why it's
fucking
crackling.
microphone.
It's your fucking. You keep hitting it.
Oh, I have
No.
a hair on my tooth. The fuck?
I hate watching you use your fingers to fucking pull it out.
Like,
If that's one reason to get an index, at least the index lets you like actually close your hands and like you're able to rest your hand on your chin. I can't do that.
Like this?
Yeah, you've been doing
Yeah.
that, and it's like I wish I could chill that hard. I don't. It's
I can also do this.
Index privilege. Yeah, you've been doing that.
so, confrontation at the control room, right?
Yes.
Like it's you, it's blue team, maybe Arbiter and and the shipmaster are there. Like they're like fucking like Lando and whoever the fuck. Who else is in the ship with him at the end?
What?
Chewie. I don't know.
Episode 9. When Lando shows up at the final fight.
I
Who's in the
haven't
ship?
seen episode 9.
Who the fuck
Oh.
is in the ship? I don't remember who else was in the ship with him.
I think it's Chukaranga. Point is,
Yeah, the iconic Star Wars character Chukaranga.
I think it's Anthrax Nyquil.
yeah, Anthrax Rifle. So like it's gonna
That's
be
the
like
brute.
that. They're gonna like show up. They're gonna be like an Acera fighter, and they're gonna be like, yeah, man.
What if there was a brute called Anthrax?
And you're gonna look up, you're gonna see like the fleet of like Covenant UNSC ships. You're gonna hear,
Yeah, this is gonna be straight Star Wars.
and like, yeah, exactly. And Cortana's gonna be like doing her dumb like Sith Emperor thing. She's gonna be like attached to the ceiling in like a big evil like
Shit,
Sith
bunch-
high chair, like
bunch of-
Palpatine.
Yeah.
And like she's gonna try and like, and Halsey's gonna like convince her to turn good, right? And then Halsey's gonna blow her head off with a rocket.
Combination.
But whatever fucking confrontation happens, my fucking microphone, Cortana dies, I stop hitting my microphone, and you gotta drive to that future ship from the Halo Reach ending to get off the Halo ring before it blows up again.
And here's the thing. Chief doesn't make it this time and throws Halsey on it to sacrifice himself to save her.
Ooh, I like that.
And then Halsey gets on the ship and she's like, I gotta find somewhere to
You were-
go, somewhere secure.
And then- oh my god!
Reach.
You know what it does?
And then you hear the choir swelling like the Reach main menu.
And
And
then
you know what it does?
it
It
imports your
recontextualizes.
it imports your helmet from Reach, so you can find it. In the last cutscene, I was like,
No,
pick
no,
it
no,
up
no.
and use.
It's like,
No, here's what she's gonna do. It's just gonna recontextualize Halsey's eulogy at the end to be about Master Chief.
oh my god, it's gonna be Chief's helmet in the dirt, even though.
It's gonna be like Chief's helmet, like 5 feet away from where Noble Six's helmet was.
Noble Six is gonna be a
It's
skeleton.
like, it was over there the whole time. We just didn't fucking focus on it.
I got it. Are you ready for this?
Lay it on
She's
me.
gonna land the ship right by the fucking mountain. I forget what the mountain's called. I'm sorry.
White
Port
Castle
Mountain,
base?
White Castle base. Yeah, White Castle Burger. And,
It's Castle base, right?
I think Castle base. I think it's Castle base. But
White Forest.
so like
Yeah.
so like it's that space. Like you know
Yeah,
right.
so she lands the ship and it crushes Noble Six's helmet, and she
No,
goes,
no.
No, she's still on the fucking
You're not ready.
Terminator.
You're not ready for this, okay?
I'm not ready for anything.
Oh my god, no. I fixed it even for. We're going for.
I'm not ready for tomorrow.
Chief puts Halsey on the ship, right? He's like, there's only room for one of you, even though it's like the size of a building.
Yeah.
No, and he goes, a little souvenir just in case, and takes his helmet off and gives it to her.
and throws it at her.
Again, they land on Reach. She sees Noble Six's helmet, and then she goes, with the best, and she takes the Chief helmet off the rack and like puts it in the dirt with Noble Six. And she goes,
You were so close. Our victory, your victory was so close.
And then
and she's doing like a finger gun. She's like, "Your victory."
and then an old lady walks up, a farmer from Reach, and
And she
says,
goes, Halsey,
"Who are you?"
Halsey, Halsey who?
No,
Halsey 117.
Halsey Halo.
no, she looks.
Halsey
walks-
Infinite.
No, she walks up. She looks at the door. She goes, "Who helmet is that?" She goes.
Wait, did you say
She goes, Master Chief. She goes,
Master Chief who?
Master Chief who? And she looks over the side, You hear the Force theme play. There's nothing there. She turns back around. She says, "John Halo."
Do, 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 do. No. She puts the halo down. Halo. She puts the helmet down.
Halo.
And someone goes, "What? Whose helmet is that?" And Halsey goes, "Oh my god, I forgot the joke I was gonna say."
No, she does the thing where she
Oh my god, I
turns to
forgot
look
the
at the ghost.
punchline.
No, she turns to look at the ghost, and it's the fucking dude from Dark Knight Rises again.
No, no. And
Oh,
they
it's funny.
go, "Who the helmet belonged to?" And Halsey looks at it
Who
and
the
says,
helmet belong to?
"It belonged to a hero," because the tagline of the game is "Become the hero,"
Fuck you!
Oh my god! And then they erect a giant statue that
which
says
we haven't
John
talked about
Halo,
that. We haven't.
favor of almonds.
We haven't talked about that. You're right.
The tagline of this game sucks. It's "Become the hero."
Like, okay, let me say something real quick, please. I hate that tagline because have we been the villain the whole time? Have we been murdering orphans or something?
Halo
this
5 would
entire
have
time?
you
Yeah,
think
yeah,
that.
Hunt down the truth.
Hunt Down the Truth is a good tagline, though.
It is. It's
For
not
that,
created.
for that marketing
not at all.
campaign, not for the game. The game wasn't about that at all because
You mean
343
the marketing
just
campaign that was
lied.
completely removed?
It
The
just
marketing campaign that was
lied.
nuked from the internet?
That's
So here's my. Also, he puts the helmet down.
I can't bend my finger fully.
They ask who it was. She goes, "John 117, Spartan the same two man." They say, "Wow, weren't the Spartans tools of fascism to uphold the UNSC's authoritarian grip on the outer systems?"
And then she gets banned from Twitch chat.
No, and she just goes, "He's a hero now.
Shut up.
He became the hero."
She goes, "But it was all worth it in the end."
Just think how proud his parents would be. Hopefully they weren't killed.
Oh,
That's fucked up. Whatever happened to Chief's actual parents?
white.
Do you think that's something that the 343 would have like fucking milked super hard, but they never did?
I hate that we know Chief was a pasty white kid.
He's just a little fucking shit kid.
I hate that we found that out. I wish we never knew. I know it's not even 343's fault. That's Bungie. That's on
Do you
Bungie.
want to know why that annoys me even more?
Why?
The way he's described as a kid in the book is like a guy I knew in middle school that was a friend of mine. He actually was the one that introduced me mainly to Halo. He deals pot now.
Okay.
Because it's not
Oh.
like he's just an enigma of a person.
This isn't about him.
This is about
I know.
Halo Infinite. Coming
This isn't about him, but knowing
Soon.
Master Chief resembles this guy exactly.
pasty white
doesn't
ginger
perception
kid.
of the
What if he was Irish? Would that make you feel better?
No.
They don't
Make me feel
fucking
better.
sound Irish.
Race traitor.
I would like more Irish characters in media, but like that doesn't count.
And I'd like Native American characters in media, but we get infamous Second Son. Where they had to make up a tribe because they didn't know anyone that lived near Seattle, I guess.
Wait a minute. Isn't like Wyoming right next to Seattle? Or the state
Seattle's
that
in
Seattle's in? Yeah, like isn't the state that Washington right next to Wyoming?
Washington is huge, though. They wouldn't be outside Seattle if they were in Wyoming.
Okay, but there's a tribe literally a state over. Who's to say they couldn't have moved in their universe? But anyway, that has nothing to do with this.
I was going to say, that's the thing to do with
We're
Second.
getting
I'm trying to help
so
you.
sidetracked.
They still made up a tribe for the game.
They could have used an actual tribe.
See, what else? What else is there?
Yeah, what else can we talk about in regards to...
We got any more shit about multiplayer? Y'all want to?
No,
I don't give a shit.
So I know they confirmed no battle royale, but also I kind of wish they just put in a battle royale.
I don't. Make your own.
I enjoy them.
Here's my
343 even said, just make your own battle royale. You have the tools to do it in what we give you.
Sure.
Which I doubt they will be available at launch, though.
tools.
Oh my god, if Forge isn't available at launch.
It's not.
you want to discuss
Oh my
what
god.
you want to predict what game modes won't be at launch?
I was about to say, can we predict the shortcomings? This
Big
company
team battle.
Wait, I know what we can talk about.
Place your bets. Place your bets.
Warzone.
I know what we can talk about.
Hold on, place your bets. they're not going to launch with. They're going to launch without like 3 vital game modes in the multiplayer rotation. There's going to be like no CTF, like no team objective,
Yeah, no cock
no
transformation.
no BTB. I
No,
don't
they
know,
have
those-
to have big team battle. People like big team
It
battle
did
too
in Halo
much.
5.
Halo 5
didn't?
didn't launch with Big Team Battle. No,
No.
it didn't.
Nope. They didn't even
Sorry,
have Blood Gulch.
They made a trailer for the BTB update.
They didn't even have Blood Gulch at launch.
Oh my god.
Wait, they made
okay.
I didn't know about the trailer part. They made a fucking trailer for a game mode that should have been in the game by default.
They made a trailer for the BTB update.
And this is why appealing to competitive and not casual is a terrible idea.
People defend this company.
And we already know they're appealing to competitive because they've pushed the esports more than they've pushed the game.
Call of Duty, Call of Duty, Call of Duty, Call of Duty. Sports, 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 sports.
Television, 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 television.
Fuck.
Get off the table, slut.
I got so mad. I got so mad at Halo. I jumped on the table.
I just want to stamp my feet on the table.
I just wanted to.
I wish this were like a real table.
I know.
Then you damage your
I
controller.
wish we had collision detection like we're Half-Life Alyx.
Yeah, or like Boneworks, you slap the table.
Going to
Maybe
Golden-
someone can make that with an Udon world eventually.
Hey,
Good.
Chow, can Chow hear us?
Doesn't
Hey,
class, I
Junior.
think.
Okay, so Simmons
Oh,
has been
he-
waiting for us in the other chat for an hour right now.
I think we're
Well-
close to finishing because I think
We are
we've kind
close
of reached. So I want to bring
Dick, just
Yeah.
text Simmons real quick.
up the question that I just came up with is rec packs ?
Hate him.
Not your
They're going to be
opinion.
in the game.
Not your opinion.
Oh, they're going to be in the game for sure.
I was about to say. So
Are they going to be skins? Because they're going to have skins.
Yeah,
But
probably.
they cannot get away with making an armor progression again.
yes, they fucking can.
I
They
know they
own the
can.
property.
I know
They
they
can
can.
totally do that if they want.
Obviously
Because-
they can, but
Listen.
I thought even they acknowledged it was shitty.
Back to one of my first points about this fucking company is every time you give them the benefit of the fucking doubt,
You're right.
they will go the other fucking way. That's them.
The only
Because-
time a Halo
Because, look,
Fuck.
my benefit of the got the table.
Ah,
The benefit of the doubt is that like the current progression system for MCC, which is good,
fucking
don't-
stop.
I'm sorry.
they've made good changes to the
You
progression
scared
system
me.
for MCC.
They fixed it mainly.
The benefit of the doubt is that is a test bed for Infinite's progression. But this is 343. It is not going to be Infinite's progression.
You're right, because
It's going to be like Halo 4 or 5, where you just level up over and over again and basically only get, like, you get a little pool of rewards every, like, 10 levels, and you get, like, microtransaction points.
But this time your Spartan will vocalize whenever you get something cool. They'll go, "Oh, sweet, Jura's Wrath."
This time your Spartan will, like, dab.
Dab.
Every-
Everyone do a dab.
No.
That'll be $15, please.
$15.
oh yeah, my dude, that's a meme. We're probably
I made
uploading this
that
to your
video.
channel.
I know that video. Please go watch dickerT.com/YouTube.
Just click right
Dicker
there,
T.
hit that fucking bell, hit that like
Hit
button,
that like
hit that
button.
subscribe button.
Hit that button up there to I don't know if I'm actually on camera. Hit that button up
You
there
are.
to like watch the original like Halo 6.mp4 video
Just,
I made back in 2015.
If the
Oh, it's
thing
probably over here.
about this being a continuous like live service game, I have a feeling they will try to like make rec packs like a thing for like skins. I don't know. I have a theory they're gonna go the Destiny route and like make
Or
it
it's just Eververse.
cosmetic.
So
Yeah.
here's another one of my predictions.
My eyes itch. And I can't because my VR headset is so big I can't get my finger underneath it.
Get fucking ready. Are you ready to hear this?
Yes.
No.
Emote
Yeah.
Rex. We're actually gonna have.
Fuck.
No, of course. That's what it has to be.
Yeah.
So, two types of emote Rex. Because you have one that are like the full gestures, you know, the
Hold on, hold on, hold on.
But then you have the ones like in 100% orange juice, where it's you use it and like it just makes some hearts fly around you or something. You know, it sets off a firework.
That's not too far from what they already have with the fucking assassination Rex.
Exactly.
Being being different
We're gonna
animations.
expand that into like emotes and like gestures.
You know what game was really popular before Halo Infinite came out that has emotes and voice lines and sprays that you can get from loot boxes? No, not Fortnite. Overwatch.
Because you can buy what you want from Fortnite.
I can't fucking wait for this game to have elements of games that have like far gone, like not even fucking relevant anymore because it's been in development for that long.
There will be legendary emotes that you can get and loot boxes, and there will be seasonal event items.
The penis talk.
I have an idea.
Here's your microphone.
What?
Rec packs will now include consumable color palettes.
Don't do that shit. No.
They're listening to it right now. You just gave them an idea.
No. Is that for armor or for like guns?
Armor.
Both.
No.
I want to believe even they understand that is way too fucking far, and no developer ever gets away with that except for Warframe because they're easy to get in Warframe.
This whole time has just been us shitting on this company.
I am about to slam the monkey's paw on the
I
fucking
want
table.
everything we've said today
What
to be
else are they
wrong.
to do?
I want everything we've said to be wrong.
But I want the grappling hook to be cool.
I just want the game to be fun.
Oh, fuck.
We just can't. I'm just like, I don't want to be negative, but we can't.
I really don't know what else to say other than just
like
I really don't. It's hard.
Like Rory's right. I don't want to be negative, but this company has just gone exactly the opposite of anywhere I've ever wanted it to be.
It's fucking. Hold on.
So, like,
it's fucking two strikes. It's fucking two strikes.
What was I gonna say? Right. I'm gonna slam the monkey's paw on the table right now. This is gonna be like the last thing I say before like we wrap this up. Is that all right?
Yeah. I got one more question before we do that. But like, what's your?
No, do you?
Because mine's a completely separate like final topic.
Okay, fine. So I'm gonna slam the monkey's paw on the table. You can bring the camera to me. I don't give a shit. Monkey's paw, neat table. What if Warzone takes elements from Battleborn?
No.
No.
See, I don't even know how to react to that because I legitimately don't fucking know anything that was about Battleborn.
It's kind of a fun game.
Like, what was that
It was
game?
actually okay.
Shut up, Randy. We know it's you back there.
You found me out. I'm Randy Pitchford. It's me.
You found me out. I ported Halo 1 to PC and broke it for decades to come.
And now I'm here to port Halo Infinite.
To the Switch.
I don't know, man. Battleborn's fine.
No.
The PvP sucked dick.
Yeah, I wish I could figure out for myself, but it's dead, bro.
I only played it fucking once when it was like open beta, like 2 weeks before.
Yeah, exactly. Me too.
Only the co-op missions were fun because it's just PvE and you fight bosses, and that's fun. The PvP suck my pee dick.
I don't know. I think as long as, like, at the end of the day, here's the thing with us being negative right now is that if 343 was a company that I had faith in, if any of us had more faith in, none of us would be here doing a podcast about it. Yeah. No one does a predictive video game stream for a game they have that much hope for.
Well, people do.
People do, but
but they suck.
But not like this.
I can't think of one, honestly.
Like maybe
like a game that's been in development for like fucking 20 years.
Like maybe Half-Life. I was gonna say Half-Life 3 or Alex or whatever, and maybe like DMC5 comes back and maybe some people did like predictive things about that. But those are mostly like trailer analysis and like. Or like podcast segments. The entire point of this podcast, at least this one, we might do more. I like this. This is nice.
This is really fun. Nice, I do like this.
We've been debating that. We've been like thinking about doing this for like months.
I have to itch my.
You fool! This was a test run this whole time.
It's just we finally found something to talk about.
So, Maybe expect a weekly podcast from us or something. I don't
Fucking
know.
weekly? Are you kidding me?
Maybe.
Hey, don't say that. I can't even deliver my own animations.
We just gotta sit around and talk.
Yeah, you do VR more than you do animation.
Oh yeah.
What are we talking about? Oh yeah, I want to have faith in this company, but it's a company, and who knows?
Keeps spitting in our faces, so it's hard to give them more faith.
It's so
I was about
hard.
Like, I think the other reason, like, let's be honest, the big reason why we did this specifically isn't just because we don't trust the company or we don't like the state of Halo or anything.
I love Halo. I really do.
It is because our expectations are below the fucking floor. They're through the table. See that? That's my expectations. Because 2 years, there has been zero information about this game, and they have been hyping it up as the greatest game to ever exist.
No, they haven't
We
even.
didn't even touch on that.
Almost all. Yeah, that's another thing we should.
We should quickly touch upon that. Yeah, did you know this is the greatest game ever made?
No, shut up. Listen.
I was gonna say they haven't. You say, oh, they're hyping up to be the greatest game ever made. They haven't shown shit. We had 2 E3s where they showed a trailer and a trailer. We haven't seen any gameplay. We don't know shit. Around this time, we had so much we had a beta. We had so much fucking pre-release shit for Halo 5 showing all the movement and shit. We haven't seen anything, and people are just going off purely the art style and just seeing that it's on Halo, and it's going to be the greatest fucking game ever made, bro. Halo's back, baby.
Hey, don't
Halo's
worry.
fucking back.
They
They didn't need to do a goddamn thing of marketing because the fucking fans are just hyping it up for them. It's incredible, honestly.
Don't worry. They showed a video of a pug eating some lettuce to show the sound design. That's the real marketing.
Literally, all they had to do was show classic-styled game assets, show a big open field on a Halo ring, and play the Halo 3 trailer theme. And
Master Chief riding a mongoose.
And,
vroom, vroom.
And people think this is going to be the greatest game ever made.
There's so many things. There's so many people that are like, this is it. This is going to be what brings Halo back. And on another note, I've seen so many things that are like, this is the most important Halo game fucking of all of them, because this has got to be the one that fixes everything.
On what fucking information do these people have that?
No, that one specifically makes sense, because from the perspective of just a person looking at this series, this is literally what will make or break.
Just this is it.
Any of us.
This is fucking it. Actually,
because we know the franchise is just gonna fucking continue anyway.
Yeah.
But for at least me, and I'm guessing everyone else at the table,
I'm gonna play it. I'm probably gonna play it.
No shit. We're all gonna play it.
All of us are going.
Don't look at me, Master Chief.
This is going to determine if we just even bother with participating in anything related to the franchise anymore. At least for me, because if this game isn't, if this game this had better be the best fucking game on the goddamn planet, or else I'm going to spend the rest of my life just sometimes booting MCC up once a month.
To me, this going back to Star Wars, I mean, I watched that last Star Wars movie not out of a place of wanting to watch it, but of feeling like I had to.
It's the because I'm in the same boat. I'm not even a fucking fan of Star Wars. I
think I just kind of have to at this point, because I got this far into Halo, and I just need to know this is the last ditch effort. The last thing was fine in some just like episode 8. It's okay in some aspects. I do kind of like certain parts of it, but as a Star Wars movie, it's not good. And as Halo 5 is not a good Halo game.
I'm gonna go on a hot take here. Just it has nothing to do with Halo. Episode 8 is fine, and its ending is cool. That's all I'm gonna say.
It's a whole nother can of worms we're gonna.
Fair, but now you've opened the can of worms, and
we're just gonna
set my on fire.
We're shoving the worms back in the can and throwing it in the ocean.
We're not doing this fucking can of worms when Dick is in the room, especially.
Worms are going in the can. Go leave your complaints on Maul in the channel. Ha ha! Cut that.
He's gonna fucking attack us if we don't cut that.
Fuck that, dude.
I know.
Hey, come harass us. We have fucking 12 subscribers total. Come get us, bitch.
Oh god.
Also, JoJo Part 7.
No.
Okay.
We'll actually kill him.
All of
Please
that,
don't, Jojo.
all of that to say,
The point is, much like episode 9, this is just I just want to know if they bring it back.
I need to know, can they recover from what they've fumbled? Because if they
Can
can,
they at least
cool.
do something?
But if they can't,
Then Halo.
I'm gonna just watch videos about Halo from now on and never participate in the actual game again.
Like, it's literally, if they bring it back, then I will play it and I will enjoy it for whatever parts of it I do enjoy. The problem, or the thing that makes me scared,
Stop it.
is Star Wars didn't bring it back.
Fuck you. That's gonna make the viewers sick, Rory.
It doesn't zip the camera, just hard.
We're the one in VR.
But
I'll erase you.
Star Wars didn't bring it back.
No,
I'm
they did.
afraid it won't either.
Okay, I can't go on any more tangents because like everything is purely hypothetical at this point. We'll do a follow up for sure. We're definitely doing a follow up on this because why wouldn't we?
Next week, I will gladly do a follow up podcast on.
Well, I was bringing up maybe doing it tomorrow after the.
Yeah, like maybe
So that kind of goes into my last final like topic I wanted to bring up.
Because that means we'll get more views because it'll be relevant. This video is gonna be relevant for like what time is it? 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock? We got let's see.
Yeah, we got.
Oh no, 14 more hours for this video to be relevant.
And we might stream our reactions. I don't know.
Remember when Remember when 343 was like?
Yeah.
Remember 343 was like, oh, we're gonna be so much more open. Like after Halo 5 fucking flopped. They're like, oh, we're gonna be so much more open. We're gonna communicate more. We're gonna like tell y'all about development, like do more betas and shit. And it's like, where the fuck was that?
Yeah, sure you are.
The game's out in 4 months. Where's that?
Yeah.
This game is not releasing in 4 months.
I was about to say, like, I think that's the last thing we should touch on.
Last thing. Well, actually, it's not. That wasn't my final thing. That was just a.
Yeah. What was your final thing you wanted to say before we?
So
close this
we
off?
talked about a lot tonight. A lot of things that we're not going to get answers for tomorrow. A lot of things we're not going to be able to discuss until like 4 months from now. So my question is, what do you think is actually going to be shown off tomorrow? And how long is the presentation going to be? Because we're us specifically, because of how frustrated we are at how little information has been given to us over the past like 3 years, we're expecting like a fucking like 30-minute, 40-minute presentation of just Halo.
No,
especially because Microsoft hasn't been advertising any other fucking game besides Halo Infinite.
And they just released their newer Forza, didn't they? Like recently?
Did they? I don't know.
I don't keep track of Forza.
I think he wants to say something.
Do you think this is going to be a fucking like 3-minute presentation or like what?
Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah.
So, more accurately, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and say it's like a 20-30 minute presentation.
That's what it needs to be. It needs to be. It needs to be at least 20 minutes.
Just you gotta make up for the 3 years.
That's the problem. That's my benefit of the doubt statement.
Exactly.
The real statement.
Oh, you're crazy talking it.
The realist statement is we're gonna get like a 3-minute, mostly cinematic trailer.
Again.
And that's it.
Again.
No, but there's going to be gameplay. But the most of it's going to be cinematic still.
Oh, please tell us what you think the gameplay is going to be. The one you've been touting for the past week. How do you think it's going to be revealed again?
So, Chief's going to be walking, right? He's going to be like going like a straight line, right? Just like walking.
Wrong
Just. Oh fuck. Turn around. Hello. So Chief's going to be like walking. It's going to be like they're going to be like, look at classic Halo reimagined, right? And like Chief's gonna be walking down down a path, just stop twisting the camera. So like he's gonna do that, right? Like 30 minutes are gonna fucking pass, right? And as it fades out, you're just gonna see him go.
Start seeing like the startup frames of a sprint. Yeah.
You see like the star frames. You just hear like the little like rustling of the leather, and you just see. And that's it.
Here's how I predict the trailer.
You're gonna be people like, I fucking saw that.
Here's how I predict the trailer is going to go.
Yeah.
It's going to be framed in the exact same way that Randy Pitchford presented Aliens Colonial Marines. That feels weird that gives me the feeling on my nose when you do that. Please stop.
Yeah, it's so fucked. Okay, whatever.
Okay, it's going to be like how when Randy Pitchford pitched Aliens Colonial Marines. Look at all the detail we've done. Look at all the neat work. You're going to have the E3 cinematic trailer shots where they look around real slow so they can pad out the trailer length so they don't actually have to show us anything. And then at the end of the thing, he's going to go through a door, and then there's going to be a huge explosion, and Atriox is going to come out with his gravity hammer, and Locke's decapitated.
We also didn't talk about that.
We didn't talk about that.
That's a spoiler, though.
But
isn't it?
we...
Oh, who cares?
Yeah, do we want to go into that?
Oh no, all the people that care about Locke out there.
Oh, who gives a shit about Locke? Yeah. We're
I
pretty
mean,
sure
there's some
Locke
Twitter
dies in
stands
this.
that'll
We're
that's
too
just
far
some
gone.
They
Twitter
already
stands that'll
hate. They already hate this dude. They
They're like,
already
who's
hate
this
Victor
dude?
T.
Is this the main character?
I was gonna bring up that one fucking leak that was like the whole outline of the plot, but I didn't want to say anything.
I was gonna say, don't.
Okay,
Let's not worry about
That's
because like we're already far gone enough. We're already like a podcast full of ADD people going on tangents over and over again.
Yeah.
someone will.
God, I
someone will
wish I
grab.
had
Someone
my
will grab
ADD
onto it.
medication.
Someone will grab. It's fine.
The point is,
You did it to me. Yeah.
the point is, it's gonna be a bunch of dumb cinematic shit. And you forgot the part where Chief Wall runs and grapple hooks at Atriox.
No, yeah, you're right. How could I forget about that?
Okay.
It's not gonna be a damn thing. Not gonna be a damn thing of actual like.
There's not going to be any
Gameplay.
gameplay or combat.
There's not gonna be substantial like gameplay.
Oh, you know what we're gonna see Chief do that thing with his arm that locked us, where he brushes it, and the whatever the fuck that thing was called, where it scans the environment.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want a full, at least 20-minute presentation, a cinematic trailer at the beginning, transition into single player showcase, multiplayer showcase, maybe Forge.
You know what we're gonna get? We're gonna see Master Chief curled up naked on a beach, and then he's gonna be cradling a baby, and then it's gonna turn into oil, and Low Roar is gonna start playing.
There's a lot I want to see tomorrow that I know is not going to be shown tomorrow, mostly just because I want fucking something, dude.
What if
It's been
Chief,
3 years.
what if he's naked except for his helmet, and he just has that on? Like the rest of his pasty white muscular body is just there, and he's just the baby. Then he looks down. There's no expression. It's just fucking that.
Hard cut to Royale.
What if he's in like
Hard cut
too?
to Royale. All
What
right.
if he's in boxers because it's like rated T?
No, we need to stop. We need to cut this.
We need to stop. We
Okay.
need to stop.
So
This is where we have ADD. Did you
all
know?
of that to be said, us four chucklefucks have given our thoughts. I guess
As incoherent as they may be.
this is just us venting. This is just a vent podcast.
This
of
really
us.
is more of a vent than a podcast.
This really is the Halo reach of podcasts.
If we do
Yeah, it
something
sucks.
with this, we need
You
to get
suck.
someone
Fuck
who doesn't
you.
have ADD to make sure we stay
We
on
will
track.
make a schedule for future.
We need an ADD.
That's why I asked you. I don't think it's probably going to be cut out, but I fucking asked you, do you have an outline of shit to talk about? You just went no.
Not for this. Not for this.
So hopefully, how about this? How about we conveniently each look at another popular podcast and structure our podcast in a similar manner?
That's the idea.
Oh boy, I wonder whose podcast I'm going to look at.
How about we disband the group right now?
Yeah, this was the last podcast. Bye.
I actually hate all of you guys. I've never.
The pizzeria are no longer friends.
I actually hate all of you guys.
Oh, don't make that joke. That's sad.
Yeah,
I'm
it's going to
leaving.
age bad.
Bye.
Oh, he's just leaving?
This
Okay.
is the setup. You said that, and then years from now, when it actually happens, people are going to come back to this video and be like,
It's gonna be
oh,
me.
it's RB's fault. Oops.
I'm the one that has to leave. Can we do whatever? All right, no more tangents.
You get your ass out of my face. What? Were you about to say something else?
Yes. So,
Bye.
anyways, all that to say, thank
Wait.
you all for listening. We'll talk to you guys later whenever we know what the fuck Halo Infinite is. We'll follow up on some of the shit we said. If you actually listened this far, God bless you.
what if it's like a Telltale game?
All right, no more.
No more.
Goodbye.
Bye.
343 sucks.
This is not your grave. But you are welcome in it. The prophets have betrayed us.
You didn't answer my question.
You want to know if we're losing?
I know we're losing. I want to know if we've lost.
Wake me when you need me.
Well, a day has passed. And
Yeah,
now
fucking
we are in the present, and we know what Halo Infinite is? Question mark?
I know what 3 minutes of Halo Infinite looks like, I guess.
It was 8, but like 3 of it was cutscene.
So it doesn't count. Can't fucking.
So I'm noticing that we're silent.
There's so
Yeah.
little to say about this fucking game.
Because
It just makes me realize how
Because-
much Half-Life Alyx is so special to me.
because we've
It was
said
a lot of what we fucking predicted.
we predicted so much of it. He has a grappling
like
hook.
everything.
Oh fuck! Great start. He has
It
the
was like
grapple.
everything.
It's an open world game, at least semi-open world. We don't know.
It's open.
It's open. It looks
It's
pretty
open.
So
It's open in the same way Far Cry is. The weapons are, let's not fucking beat around the bush, they are very derivative in design of Destiny 2. It's... We also predicted that it's just a reversion to the status quo with no addressing of the previous entry.
Don't worry, I'm sure there'll be one cutscene that explains everything. Oh wait, no, I mean a book that will explain everything that everyone
Oh,
will be
yeah.
expected to read. Or
So,
tie-in.
like,
Well,
What
no,
do we
'cause
even-
they're like, no. My thing is that they're like, oh, we want this to be new to Halo players and be and continue the story for those who are still invested. But it's probably gonna be like a fucking like lore codex entry that you're gonna like scan and then not even realize you scanned and you don't read it.
Actually,
So,
you're
like,
just a Bungie purist, and you need to get with the times.
where do we actually start with this?
Where do we
Like-
start? Because this is
um
Do we want to start with our impressions, like presentation or plot or the gameplay or what?
Can I start by saying something that just bothered me about the way they presented your only other human that they've shown so far? The guy whose wife is the ugly hologram in the original trailer.
Pirate,
they
yeah,
showed.
the pirate.
Whoever the fuck, whatever his name is, Foehammer 2.
yeah.
The pirate.
Why is he such a dick? Like, I don't like him already.
I don't know.
The first
I
thing he does
started
is yell
liking
at you
him.
and say, "It's all your fault," and I hate you. And
I started
wanna just go
liking.
home. Like,
So- yeah. Sorry. I was kind of liking the
No, not
dynamic
you.
until yeah, he got out of the chair and started just berating Chief for wanting to do something about the AA guns, where it's like,
I
How
think
you
the other
you're gonna fly away, buddy.
well, I think the other problem also is that they made Chief into a brick wall, so he doesn't even bounce off of them.
yeah, there was no like comedy, like not
Not even comedy, but
Like,
like,
quippy,
no
like-
sense.
343 is like so infatuated with giving Chief like the littlest of human. It's so funny how they're trying to push Chief as being so human. He's not just a machine when like he had more character in the Bungie games from just like
It's
this like handful of quips he had in the entire franchise.
and like not even saying like specifically quips or comedy or whatever, but just a dynamic between them, because you don't get interesting character dynamics when another person is just an absolute brick wall. Like, it doesn't really make me care where they go, because if all it's going to be is the pilot saying, "Chief, think
I
about
hate
the plot. Think about the
Like it's funny at
objective
first.
must be completed. You're a penis head," and Chief just says,
I'll get it
"I
done.
shoot things."
I did like it.
Like it's funny. It's funny at first him going like, "What the fuck have you gotten me into? Shit is fucked out here." And Chief is just like, "Hey, there's 3 AA guns. I'm going
I
to get
like
that."
that.
And
Like
he's
that
what?
part is
That's listen, that part's fine. Like, that part's okay.
Then
It's
he's
the
like,
fact that
"Oh, I
after
want
that,
to go home."
yeah, then after that he just continues on this whole tirade, and then Chief continues just being an absolute brick wall.
Like, if
about
that's going to be the
everything,
whole thing the whole time, where it's like human interaction and then Chief acting like a robot, it's like, that's going to get old.
I hope he can warm up as the game goes on, because that's obviously like the start of the game.
No, it's not. They said that was like a couple hours in.
Who knows how long the game is, though, because they didn't fucking give that much information.
So
You're right.
Because,
one
like,
thing they could have done to fix that scene like immediately instead of having him continue to berate Chief is when Chief goes, "There's 3A guns. I'll go get them." He goes, "Good point. We can't exactly fly out of here with those."
something like that.
Thanks,
yeah.
Chief.
And he goes in like, yeah, he's like, I gotta go find the fucking...
Not even just like a thanks Chief, because right now he's pissed because he wants to leave, and now he's back in the middle of the battlefield. Like, he could have just been like, he could have just like
mumbled, just
still
like,
been upset. He could have still been upset, but he goes, I fucking guess that makes sense.
So do we want to start talking about what story details we do have, or because I have some IGN articles that I've saved. I have 3 in particular that
I was saying I think we go in. I was saying off camera. I think we should go into just what the presentation showed us first, and then we can go into all like the nitty gritty like articles and stuff.
Yeah.
What did we think about what we were shown?
I thought the shooting. So, let's start with positive things.
Do we want to start with the elephant in the room?
Which elephant?
There's a lot of elephants. I'm talking the one that looks like doo-doo.
Not yet. Because that's information after the video presentation that we found out.
Let's say some positive things we liked about the game first. One, I think the shooting looked good. And you know what? The grunt humor when he's about to run him over with the warthog and he goes, "No, wait, stop. I thought that was kind of funny.
Well, and adding on to that, here's one of my positives, is that they made a change to enemy behaviors that I think is really good and like actually does flesh out your interaction with the enemies through the game, and that is like that grunt yelling "stop, stop, stop." He also pulls out grenades because he knows he's about to get hit.
And they never did that in the other games because it's like, why would they do that? Maybe they could take things out within.
Well, I'm saying, yeah, that's the new thing they added that really changes the way you interact with them. Same with what I thought were jump jets for the grunts, but someone pointed out it's probably brutes throwing the grunts at you.
That's what I couldn't tell what it was because
people are saying it's brutes throwing grunts at you.
It looks like they're being thrown because
exactly.
I'm not seeing any visual
no, like,
effect, which I think is funny.
I didn't see him get thrown, at all. I just saw him like launching in the air, which I thought was hilarious. It was like he just fucking launched.
Either way, they were now flying suicide grunts in Halo.
Exactly. So that's cool.
That sounds like it's gonna be a fucking nightmare.
Picking up the fusion coils and throwing them is something I'm surprised hasn't been done yet. Actually, like I thought that was super cool. So fun.
Just you want to know why?
I could see so many fun.
You want to know why it's so surprising it hasn't been done yet? Because that's what fucking Bungie fans want when they want Halo to evolve.
Like the combat.
Let me put this down. Let me put this down on the fucking table. Where's that camera?
Sorry.
We'll get better.
I thought it was like focused on me.
We'll get better at this eventually. Don't worry.
Hopefully. No,
sorry, we have a camera glitch for some reason. Keeps going to the audio booth, even though there's no one there. I don't know why it keeps going back to that.
Why'd you even put one there? But anyway, so...
I didn't. It just happened. It's fine.
Alright, so, shut your titties up. So... Are you fucking done?
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Say your piece.
The common thing that... For its current Halo, I don't want to be the guy that says 343 stands, but they are 343 stands, so oops. The defenders of current Halo will always pull out the deflection when you express your dislike for the current state of the series, alienating old players, is that they'll say something like, "What do you want? You just want Halo 3.2? You just want the game to stay the same?"
Halo needs to evolve.
Halo needs to evolve.
That's their catchphrase.
That's their default. And the thing that needs to be clarified when you say this to people, which is also why I just don't argue this shit online anymore, because you have to explain it a million times over every time, is people want this game to evolve regardless. The problem is that the way the new head honchos deal with it, the concept of evolving the game formula involves
turning it into Call of Duty.
What are you feeling like, Abby? But
I
it
was
involves
fucking around. Don't worry about it.
it involves going down completely arbitrary routes that don't define the games anyway.
Well, we
That
were being
usually just
positive.
amount to.
I thought we were being positive about what we first
I'm
considered.
explaining why this is positive. Give me a minute.
Oh, okay, because it sounded like you were just writing on 343 again.
So
As
like,
opposed to what we always.
as opposed to like what? Just,
That's
but
all we do.
okay. So the thing is, when you talk about the evolution between Halo 1 to Halo 2 to Halo 3, the big additions and changes, other than the obvious stuff like weapon tweaks and like your basic move speed and jump height and shit, other than making the gameplay itself tighter, is that the extra stuff you add are all things that get added to the sandbox that you interact with. So like Halo 2, you have dual wielding, and you have vehicle hijacking that completely changed the way you approach combat because you new options with weapons and the stuff you interact with. Halo 3, you get your new grenade types, you get the new heavy weapon type, you get your equipment. Same thing. It changes the way you interact with the enemies and the general sandbox of the game because you have those new elements in there. Halo Reach, this is part of why people think Halo Reach is either bad or just the start of Halo getting bad, is because the only real addition they did, other than like the Skirmisher edition, which is good, new enemy types are nice and fun and all that shit, and diversifying the brutes and stuff. But main addition was really just armor abilities, and that's it. And we can argue that technically they are pickups because they are pickups. But the difference is, unlike something like equipment or weapons, which have that limited usability and are natural elements of the sandbox you run into, interact with for however long you need, and then put down, they're just a fundamental change to the way your game plays and controls, right? So, like, you play a match of Slayer and you spawn with sprint, you can just sprint now. You spawn with armor lock. You just have armor lock now. It's just a new innate player feature, right? Which will fundamentally change the design of the game. It needs no mentioning that 343 doubled down on this in Halo 4. They made sprint permanent. They added even more busted armor abilities like X-ray vision and actually impenetrable like force shields.
I
And
forgot about that.
Yeah, right. Because it sucked. No, but stuff like that.
4 almost seems tame, and now I'm thinking about it. 4 almost seems tame in comparison to like how much
It is. It really,
Yeah.
in hindsight, it's so much more tame.
It really just feels like, now that I'm thinking about it, it really just feels like Reach, but with like shittier armor abilities.
And permanent
It
sprint.
is, really.
Yeah.
It really is. Like, at the end of the day, it is. But anyway, so like, and again, it needs no mentioning. Halo 5 like tripled down on this shit when they made it so, again, permanent sprint, but also you have like 5 extra default abilities that you use. No actual changes really to the weapon sandbox or anything. There's no new types of weapons, no new ways to interact with your environment or anything. The only gameplay thing with Halo 5 actually I can think of that is kind of what we were thinking of in terms of how to move the series is seat switching in vehicles like the Warthog.
Yeah, that
That
was
was
nice.
Yeah.
That's not like, yeah, that's nice, but that's it.
Makes sense.
Really is. That's it. But with Halo Infinite, it's obvious if you saw the gameplay and from what we saw, they're sticking with the enhanced mobility like we predicted the other day. Which at this point, whatever. Just
Well,
I've just accepted it at this point.
we didn't see the
Wait.
hover aiming.
Well,
I
I
have.
know, but we still saw sprint, clamber, and sliding.
Which I'm fine with. I don't care.
I'm not fine with clam. I mean, I'm fine with clamber. I don't mind it.
Well,
We'll
point
get there.
is,
Yeah.
the point is, like, it's obviously they continued going this direction, regardless, right? They didn't double back, try to make a classic game, anything like that. But the addition of the fusion quota throwing and shit is what we fucking want when it comes to like moving the series forward and actually
That's the
evolving
kind of shit.
Halo. Because, well, first of all, like, it's not very intrusive in the sense that things like fusion coils and like plasma batteries and shit have always been in the game anyway. You've always had these interactive like physics objects. Well, always starting in Halo 2 because they didn't really do it in Halo 1 because it's fucking 2001. But things like fusion coils and batteries and things like that were always a part of the environment of these games. So making it so you can actually interact with this stuff is a step in the right direction. It changes the way you approach these situations. But it's also not something that fundamentally alters the way the game controls and plays. It doesn't completely alter the base action of playing the game. And what I mean by that, because I know someone's going to say, well, it's still an FPS, you know? That stuff just comes naturally anyway. You have to understand that, like, going between, like, Halo 1 to 3 is pretty fucking seamless. The only thing you gotta figure out is the equipment button. Because otherwise the gameplay is fundamentally the same. You can't say the same when you go from Halo 3 to Halo 5. Because it's completely different.
It's a
There are all
complete
these
fucking.
there are all these different, like, fundamental playing the game mechanics, you know. Not
Like,
even
you
not
have to-
gameplay
you have to
mechanics, but playing the
relearn.
game mechanics. You have to relearn how this game works. Is something funny? Do you think my opinion's funny?
Hey, we're just trying to talk about
nothing's
Halo.
fine. Yeah, we're just fine.
But so the physics interactivity is a step in the right direction. I'm hoping there are more changes like that.
Mhm.
So time will tell, because by God, we only have 5 minutes of gameplay to go by.
I'm sorry, I have to interrupt. Your fucking avatar is staring at me the entire time, and it's really bugging me. Her eyes are
That's-
They have
me the
client-side
whole
eye
fucking-
tracking.
Why are you
It's-
staring at me?
Well, I
Anyway,
also
yeah.
am just staring at you because I see you fucking like playing with your index controllers. It's funny.
It's really creeping me out.
There's nothing creepy happening.
But
Especially
yeah,
not
so
outside.
at the end of the day, they actually did touch on things that I wanted to see touched on in Halo, which is enemy encounter behavior, you know, getting some kind of update, along with more interactivity with the sandbox around you.
And at the
So
end of the day, it's
there
all-
actually is stuff I like.
at the end of the day, it's all about how can we improve the sandbox experience for the player. That's what I think is all Halo is about. It's like, how can we make this game that 30-second loop that Bungie kept talking about? How do we make that fun over and over and over and over again?
With that being said, it looks kind of fun. The game looks fun.
So I was gonna say,
All things considered.
I was waiting to say something. Is that my thing is that I think the actual gameplay demo that was presented to us in the actual presentation made the game look a lot less fun, honestly, than like the fucking like snippet like trailers that got posted on like Twitter. Because like in the actual presentation, you see him use the grappling hook like twice, and it looks like the most flaccid shit ever.
But then
on like the Twitter videos, there's footage of him like grapples over and he fucking like flies across. I was making a joke yesterday that sword flying is back because he like grapples and like fucking flies and like pulls out his sword and like gets a brute, and it looked fucking cool, honestly. I was like, why didn't that wasn't in the fucking presentation. In the presentation, he just like grappled over to a brute and then just like looked at him in the face.
we don't have to talk about this too much, but I do want to mention the presentation, from everything we've heard, is actually from an outdated build that has since been updated to look better, and that's where the gameplay trailer comes from.
I have an extra tidbit for that, because it did get confirmed that it is not only is an older build. People were theorizing it was like a 2-month-old build, right?
Yeah.
It's from January.
God, I just don't.
That is a 6-month-old build, and at this point, the question is, why? How come they couldn't just recompile the demo with like the newer fixes and updates to everything?
Because like, if for some reason you're watching this and you didn't watch the gameplay trailer, it looks like shit. Like graphically, it looks pretty not good.
It looks like
in
that's what I was going to touch on, because
almost.
Because the most notorious thing, if you were like on the fucking internet yesterday, or however long ago it was at this point when this goes up, if you were on the internet during this, the most notorious thing about this is that graphically, the game looked fucking horrid. Like, it looked abysmal.
Like almost universally, everyone.
This looks better than what was shown to us. This fucking
his entire avatar looks better than fucking like the chief like screenshot that they had posted.
But the whole thing with the actual like cut and edited trailers that they posted the same day from a current build, or a more current build at least,
Yeah,
where they actually, you know, refined the material work already.
The weapons
So I
actually
don't
like
know.
have like wear and shit, and they look like they're not plastic. It's weird.
So I don't know
Why
what
can't
gears were turning when they decided when they had like an extra month and a half to prepare their presentation, along with the fact that their demo can no longer be playable because E3 isn't a thing. I don't know how during
were
that
probably
extra time they had. I don't know how in that extra time they had, they didn't say, why don't we recompile the newer version to make sure this still looks good when we premiere it? Because it's just baffling to me that the company would, or just any studio, honestly, would just premiere footage like this of such and
Like intentionally.
not only an earlier build, but just one that is so datedly bad, especially when this is the front runner of the Xbox for the new generation. This is what's supposed to be, at the very least.
It really is the voice of a new generation.
Pepsi. We're not sponsored by them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't sell out the corporate sponsors,
I'm-
man.
Not yet.
Try this new aspirin,
But
Nuprin.
like,
Little, yellow, different.
so I can't. Why would I don't see why any like
Pac-Man.
game. Do we?
He's little yellow.
I don't know if I want to
different.
go into it yet. Just that, like they're
Well,
fucking
like-
the excuse they have for everything right now.
Oh yeah, every company that shields every company from criticism. Well, you know we're in a pandemic right now.
Not
so
even. It's just like
it's really hard.
We don't need to go into that. It's just
It's really
I
hard,
was gonna say,
guys.
not yet.
they're yeah.
But because you think about like Halo 2, 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And like, yeah, they do show, when they show their pre-release stuff, it does look different from final.
Got a blast.
But not to the degree of what we saw with the gameplay presentation, because like
Sorry.
when you saw your first footage of Halo, the original, it was fucking
Were you blinded?
1999. It was 1999 and it was a Mac game. So of course it looked completely fucking different. Then you saw it in 2000 and it still looked completely fucking different, but there was still a lot of stuff in place that made it to the final game. Like the Marines and the Elites look pretty much identical to how they actually do in the final.
I wish
know,
Master
you-
Chief looked like he did in the original demo, where he looks like some weird scout motherfucker.
But then you get your Halo 2 demo back in 2003. New Mombasa is completely different. We all know the story about that, how it was like that demo barely worked. If you step like 2 feet to the left, it would crash.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Took a photo.
What's that? A little something for
me.
the German press crowd.
But anyway, like Halo 3, same thing. Like the Halo 3 multiplayer beta had completely different like texture and material work and all that shit.
But it still looked pretty indicative of the final product.
Exactly.
Well, I mean,
and like,
yeah.
but where I'm going with this is all that stuff was shown so much earlier than launch than this was, because this is launching holiday 2020. They don't even actually have a release date for this.
Bullshit it is.
I mean, assuming how like every other fucking console launch ever has gone, it's probably gonna be like November.
Yeah, exactly. But the point is, like, we are closer to launch than the Halo 3 beta was to launch, the Halo Reach beta, Halo 5 beta. We are closer to launch than Halo 1 on Mac was to launch, or Halo 2 original New Mombasa. Like, at this point in development, like, the game should look as done as possible, and to show off a build that is 6 months outdated is a very irresponsible way to fucking show off your game.
And I think that almost segues into. Well, actually, yeah, you
yeah.
finish. You finish.
I was gonna specify like any product in the first place. Like the only thing recently in comic that had something that bad happen was like the Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
Jesus, I
Because
forgot
oh
about that
no,
original trailer. Oh my god, that was last year. Are you fucking kidding me?
Sonic the Hedgehog 2 got confirmed today as of recording.
That game's been out for over 20 years.
More.
yes.
So what were you gonna segue into?
I was going to
Wait.
mention how it's interesting.
Mention?
I was going to mention that it's interesting that you bring up that this game doesn't look that interesting right now. Because this game is now a live service.
Okay, we're just fully moving on into the negative
We're
part.
going
I'm
into
assuming,
the
yeah?
I mean, there's not much
yeah,
more to
that ended
say.
a long
The
time
game
ago.
looks good.
What-
It looks
what-
well visually, maybe
what-
not, but the game looks fun enough, and co-op will be really fun. I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean
So
the stuff we
we're
said during
going
our
into
predictions anyway.
I guess now is the part where we go as fucking like scatterbrained as that whole section was. We're now going into the section where we're going over the post conference like information that got released.
So let's review our points. What looks good? The gunplay looks good. The enemies doing new shit looks good. Grappling hook, I'm all for because I'm a slut for grappling hooks in games.
I'm still worried how that's just going to be a multiplayer, but it looks fun in single
Oh.
player. That's what I'll say.
Driving looks fun, but that's a given.
I was going to say it's Halo.
It's Halo. That's just a given. It's impossible to fuck up the driving in Halo.
I don't know about impossible.
Don't say that.
I've seen
Don't say
things
the
that are,
monkey's paws on the table.
Shooting looks fun and solid.
You're
I bet it'll feel great with mouse and keyboard, but like that's about it. All the positives I can say about it. I'm glad the brutes are back, even if they look weird.
So I have
like-
an article here.
I like monkey.
I think they look too monkey now. There's not enough of that.
yeah.
No, I don't think they look enough monkey.
Well,
They weren't supposed to. look
They were
entirely
never
monkey.
like full monkey.
Well, I
They're-
guess
they're-
Halo 3 isn't a
they're,
good
um,
game.
They're a mix of monkey and rhinoceros. That's their whole thing with their design.
Wait, shit, really?
yeah.
I didn't
Yeah,
know
that's
about
why
that.
that's why their heads point so far forward and like very ovally,
Huh.
based on like a rhinoceros snout.
So
I guess they rejected Rhino, embraced monkey.
if we want to
Yes.
talk about the changes
negative.
to the game that can be seen as negative or positive, such as maybe being a live service now, which
Yeah,
I have negative opinions on. I have an article here from IGN. I'm in my Steam VR world, or not world, but like dashboard to read this.
yes. So he's not going to be emoting or anything.
So
He's
I
not
have
doing-
Enlighten
Halo-
us. It's here on the screen.
Halo Infinite's. Oh, well, no, probably not.
No.
Halo
Oh.
Infinite's open world has upgraded to discover, places to explore, upgrades to discover, places to explore, and new weapons to find.
Destiny 2.
Which is basically talking about how it's the new open battleground with a lot more freedom instead of being confined to levels.
Why does the article make it sound like it's a bad thing that there are
Never-
levels in previous games?
Never really felt confined.
Yeah,
about to say,
the whole
like-
selling point of Halo 1 was that it was open. Like,
Yeah, I'll even give it the 343.
Well, not even that.
Their levels are relatively open in Halo 4 and 5.
sorry guys, the grappling hook is called the grapple shot.
Shut the
Where,
fuck up.
where'd you get the idea Halo 4 and 5 were open?
Well, I'm not as open as 3, 2, and 1.
They're
obviously.
some of the most linear levels in the
They have
franchise.
they limit it by having little open areas, not big open levels, I should say.
So the grapple shot is really cool.
Well, that's a can of worms for later. Continue your.
I don't remember Halo 5
Get the
whatsoever.
fuck off.
You can maybe find a skull tucked away behind an open pillar in older games, or a terminal in a Covenant outpost. Halo Infinite will build upon those experiences.
Oh.
I would like to think about it more like we're delivering on that promise that we've had from the past, Lee said. There's a lot more open gameplay in those previous games, but they're always in those linear levels. This time player will have the freedom to explore the ring, but we are still trying to tell a story from the beginning, with a beginning, middle, and end, and we want to carry the player through it as we go.
So, here's my thing with this. Right? Has anyone complained about Halo for being a linear game?
No.
343.
But
Has there been
a lot of
single
people have
person-
said, I would like to explore a Halo ring. I've heard that a lot. Like,
I mean, you can say that about any game with like a big world, though. I would like to explore Rapture freely.
yeah.
Yeah, I would love to explore Rapture freely. Are you kidding me?
Like, I'd love to explore like Rapture. I'd like to explore like fucking, I don't know, Talon 4. Well, I mean, that doesn't count as a Metroidvania.
I'd love to
But, you
explore
know-
the pirate homeworld more.
Yeah, shit like that. But like, doesn't really mean it has to necessitate like switching mainline to open world, and especially in the sense of like casting a negative light on the concept of a fucking linear video game. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he goes on to continue to say, what you saw in the demo that we showed, you have this map. There's a huge open section of the ring. As you get to that point in the game, he says, this is several hours into the campaign. Then you have the ability to traverse that whole area and explore where you want to go on the ring.
That's how it works, yeah.
Well, you'll be able to
Yeah,
explore,
Just-
you'll be able to
It's like,
explore
well-
a large chunk, and then later on, as they update it with more expansion packs, more of the ring will open up. I'm guessing.
So you
I
get
hate
to choose. You get to choose how you get there, but it's still
it's
it's still
basically Far Cry,
a
like you were
linear
saying
story.
yesterday.
Yeah.
But like, so here's the thing. Here's the thing that kind of bugs me about this is like with first of all, like being technically a non-linear game because it's open world means I lose a lot of trust
Urgency.
when they say it is several hours in that gameplay demo.
Yeah.
Because they could just be exaggerating for the sake of exaggerating, because they could pretend a mission takes an hour to beat if they want.
Yeah.
Because like the second you make it open world with no pressure to actually go through the campaign instantly, your statement of this is hours, a certain amount of hours into the story, kind of goes moot. Because we don't know if they're just walking explicitly point A to point B, or fucking around in the overworld.
You know what the perfect example of that is? Of like having no urgency in the story whatsoever, even though apparently it's the most urgent thing ever to your character.
Breath of the Wild.
Fallout 4. No, Fallout 4. Where they're so concerned with getting their baby back, but hey, I'm gonna go explore the wasteland and do shit, and then just completely forget about the baby. Spoiler alert, the baby's an old asshole now, and it takes place 60 years after you get kidnapped. I don't give a shit about spoiling Fallout 4. Fuck you.
It's a 4-year-old game. I think people know.
Well,
5 years old, actually.
so you said Breath of the Wild, but the thing with Breath of the Wild is that they fucking almost tell you, like, you're not ready for this.
Yeah, you're right. They basically tell you.
Woke up in your fucking undies with a stick. You're not going.
Also, not only that, but with Breath of the Wild, their narrative structure is different in the sense of the actual plot happened like a century ago.
True. You're
Like,
just discovering how it happened.
You're just picking up the pieces and going, I can stop this.
Yeah, there's pretty much no urgency because everything already happened.
And again, it's just like, can I come out now? And Zelda goes, no. That game has one of the worst versions of Ganon I've ever seen. I'm sorry. Ganon sucks.
Point is, anyways, so something I'm reading also in the article is, remember how I said maybe, possibly, maybe Metroidvania?
I would like that. I do remember them saying that the grappling hook is an upgrade you get, and that means Chief's going to find multiple upgrades throughout the game.
Crocker said that they couldn't go into the specifics about the kind of things you'll find beyond equipment upgrades because they're related to the story.
Well, I get that.
I don't mind that, actually.
There's probably going to be a lot of stuff where it's like, there's a weird door here with a symbol on it that you need a special ability to open.
You need a Slayer key to get in.
Something.
I don't think that's going to happen.
I would, yeah.
Because, like,
who knows, though?
Because here's the thing. Because now let's spice it up. We're going to add a prediction into this too. So I don't think it's because you're looking at it through the basis of a Metroidvania where it's like, oh, we're like, oh, this door opens by the wave beam. Oh, this one by the plasma beam. This has a missile shield, right? You know what it's going to be?
It's going to be a ledge that's too high. You have to.
No, it's going to be you have a grappling hook. Now you can get around easier. That's it. And then, or it's like you have a Spartan charge. Now you can open shortcuts, whatever, through the open world and like find a cave
armor abilities is what I'm thinking.
Probably.
Or like Master Chief found the plasma assault.
No, I just figured it. I just figured it out. You know what's gonna be?
What?
Now you can call in vehicles in Just Cause.
Probably gonna be vehicle drops and shit like that.
Now you can summon your mongoose whenever you want.
See, here's the thing. That would remind me of, I don't know if any of you all played it, Mercenaries, where you could just call in a vehicle whenever you want if you have enough cash or resources. What if it's What if the system's like that, where it's like, oh, you need enough metals and shit that you need to collect throughout the overworld in order to call in this warthog or this scorpion that your pilot will airdrop in for you? Or maybe it's like Pequod from Metal Gear Solid 5, where they like do
Yeah.
combat runs and everything. I would actually kind of
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that, where you can call in an airstrike with a pelican. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, target
actually.
locator, pretty
Yeah,
much. like that.
honestly, yeah, that's quite
So,
sure.
It'd be cool, so it's not going to happen.
Well, we
he
can throw boxes
he
now.
says a lot of fluff about how some of these locations you could say are story based.
Oh, you could say, what the fuck does that mean?
It's a bunch of.
Is there a plot or not?
It's PR fluff.
Are you telling me the plot is just fluff?
We're trying to make sure that there are things for Chief to do that reinforce the heroism and hope that he brings to humanity.
It's Master Chief. He represents heroism.
Also, they've confirmed you can't pet the animals.
Oh, well, fucking useless game anyway.
I already knew.
I
that.
guess this game sucks.
This game actually sucks now. Every 3-4-3.
Alright, just stop the video now.
Yeah, who gives a shit anymore? You
They
can't pet the
confirmed that
dog.
there will be ways to overcome the massive gaps shown briefly in the world map in order to traverse the ring more openly.
Boy, I sure hope so, or else we're never
Jesus.
getting off that default island.
I was gonna say, I fucking hope so. That's like giving you a map the size of Blood Gold, just saying this is the whole world. Can't leave.
There is a
Enjoy
light
your story.
upgrade system for Chief as he explores the ring. He'll be able to upgrade his equipment items. The grapple and drop
That's-
shield are kind of what are
For
kind of in
example-
that concept of a spiritual reboot.
Oh, so he just has a drop shield now for himself that he can that probably recharges.
Well, it's
over
like Halo equipment, Halo 3 equipment.
Yeah, because
You can find them and use them throughout the game.
I remember he threw that wall out before the brute.
Yeah,
threw
that's
the spike.
the drop shield.
He picked it
That's
up.
the new drop shield.
Well, it's not a bubble
Okay.
shield. The drop shield's different.
Okay, but I'm kind of bugged by that drop shield because he shot through it while he's on the other side, but enemies can't shoot through the other side.
Yeah,
I don't like that. Then
I like.
it just makes it an upgrade.
Maybe
not like
I was gonna say maybe that's an upgrade for the campaign, but not in multiplayer.
hopefully it's not in
Maybe.
multiplayer.
I was gonna say, if they have sense, they won't put it in multiplayer. But
That's my thing. Is there's a lot of stuff in this where I think it's at its core, it's fun. I just hope there's options. So
It's implemented well. Yeah.
like
I guess so. Like
for
to add to
multiplayer.
to add to that, I hope it's fun. Because the game looks fine in terms of like raw gameplay and like game feel and shit. It's just I don't fucking care anymore about how Halo-y it is right now. Like, but my thing isn't necessarily just whether I get options. I just want to know if this stuff is handled in a smart way as a whole, right? Like, so, for example, we have a grappling hook. Does that mean we are actually going to get environments that need a grappling hook? Like in Metroid Prime, where there are like these big pits that you couldn't traverse without a grappling hook, or is it literally just going to be, well, now you can just climb the hill faster,
Or you can use a meat hook on the enemy to get to him faster or stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like I want actual like Master Chief swinging around like Spider-Man. That's cool to me. Because I like Spider-Man. Fuck you. He's the only good cape shit.
So that's pretty much all this article goes into about the weapons and the world and the equipment. Do we want to address the weapons yet?
They look like shit.
Well, besides that, we talked about the visuals not being great, but
So
No, I mean,
Let's-
they look like shit. I don't like the design of the weapons.
let's say let's get one thing out of the way. I'm very worried that the only returning weapons we've seen are the assault rifle, battle rifle, plasma pistol, and needler. Got
fuck,
the
there's a
fucking
dog.
table, you stupid child. It's like, actually, first things first. Let's get this out of the way.
I have the list of the weapons here.
Yeah,
Of the
I was
new
gonna say,
ones.
hold on, let's get this out of the way. I'm calling it right now. It's gonna be Destiny 2 style weapons, where they're just pools of types.
We did see
wolf
in the
balls.
trailer, if you went to go pick up a weapon, some weapons would have descriptors on them, like this gun's an SMG
Yeah.
that shoots kinetic bullets, and
Yeah, like pistol, plasma, mid range, shit like that.
which I think is probably tied to the upgrade tree.
I would think either tied to so tied to the upgrade tree, sure. I also think they could be interchangeable with other pistols of those types,
Mhm.
So, like, maybe when you start a mission or some shit, you can have your default pistol set to whatever's in the pistol pool, you know? Or your default assault rifle pool, shit like that, right? But the other half also says, I forgot what I was going to say, so someone else start talking so I don't look so much like an idiot and give your own opinions on the weapons because I don't remember the words that were
Well,
going to come out of my mouth.
we
I don't like
have
how the Boxy, the fucking weird plasma repeater carbine, whatever the fuck
the
it was
pulse
called,
carbine.
fucking whatever.
It's kind of like a mixture of a, but to me it feels like a mixture of a plasma rifle and a Covenant carbine, which I like. I like how
it's
it
fine.
shoots.
What is with the finger tracking on this controller? What the fuck?
There's the
What do you
Commando,
say about it?
which is that battle rifle looking one that can shoot full auto if it needs to.
Okay, one thing I need to say. Sorry for interrupting. Oh, whoops. I am so sick of seeing the name. It should just say press X to pick up assault rifle, not press X to pick up M40DA or whatever the fuck. Because when I'm in the middle of a battle and I'm low on ammo and I'm trying to figure out what the fuck weapon is which, I'm not
gonna
going to
have a
remember M40DA. I wanted to say pick up assault
Dumbass,
rifle.
it has a picture of the fucking gun.
Whatever.
But that
You're
ties
gonna-
into the next problem of how generic the guns look, though.
You're gonna see, fuck you and your fucking index. You're gonna see what the gun looks like, and you're gonna know.
I don't care. I wanted
Before
to
you
just say
pick it
assault
up.
rifle.
Are you gonna? Or do you read the text whenever you fucking hover? You're looking at the gun most of the time when you pick up a gun in Halo, dude.
Not
What are you
really.
talking about?
I'm looking
It
forward
shows
at whatever I'm
and it
shooting
shows a
at.
fucking icon. Do you actually like go fucking blind your eyes and you just pick up whatever's on the floor?
I play games blindfolded all the time because I'm that good at them. You little piece of shit.
so maybe you should
child.
step your fucking game up and stop talking shit.
But also, why use the lore name? Just say assault rifle.
Or just
Where
call
am
it the
I going?
Commando or the Bulldog. We'll get to the Bulldog because that I'm really.
Oh my god.
So there's the Ravager. It's the most unique looking weapon. It's
Fuck
like
was the Ravager?
It's the one that looks like a giant rectangle that shoots red.
Ah,
Oh, that new fucking
it's
banish
the
weapon.
brute pulse carbine. Oh
Yeah.
god.
And
We already
when,
have the carbine. Why do we need a pulse carbine? Whatever.
well, it's like big.
Because
It looks like it
Because
does a
Covenant don't
lot.
have semi-autos.
And then there's the Mangler,
Yes, they do.
which is the Mauler but
They,
bigger.
I mean, burst fires. The Covenant do not have
Oh.
any burst fires.
The
Okay.
ball is more accurate. Like it looks like a fucking.
It
straight up
looks like the
revolver.
Mangler, yeah.
The Mangler looks like a
their
heavy
pistol.
sidearm. It's a revolver.
It
It's
says
a
it's
revolver.
yeah. And
It's a literal revolver. It's
the
got a fucking drum.
Bulldog, which is a riot shotgun that, and I quote the article here. I don't know if they put this right. It says replaces the classic shotgun.
I don't want that. I want the classic shotgun back because the classic shotgun looks fucking awesome. I don't want the Widowmaker from TF2. Even though I really like that design, I don't think it fits in Halo.
So
That's the big takeaway for me is that the new weapon designs generally do not look like they're in
Just-
a Halo game.
It's so funny to me how like I think if I remember, one of the like first like controversy
I'm
controversy
flipping you off.
of Halo 5. Like one of the first like big things that people were like, what the fuck was the rocket launcher redesign and how it just became a generic like military tube. And people were like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? That's not the fucking the rocket
to the
launcher.
point-
Why'd you do that?
To the point where they said, "Don't worry, we heard you," and I hit my microphone, and that
Again.
was the update. And then they
No,
put in the
and
timer
then,
from
like-
the classic games.
They heard people. The thing is, they heard people complain about that rocket launcher, and like most of the time in multiplayer, like 90% of the time in multiplayer, you never see that because they just replace it with the fucking spinker anyway. Like campaign's the only time you're ever really gonna see. Campaign and Warzone is the only time you're gonna see that generic tube rocket. So like they heard people complaining about the design, and they were like, "Oopsie," and they put the classic one back in. But now it seems like they're just going back and hammering in, like, no, this is the new design now.
And that's the weird thing when we talk about this game and this company in general is like there are so many like I hate how much of a trend it is for this company that it's just actively expanding on the stuff that gets received negatively.
Sorry.
Like it feels deliberate, What did you do?
Like, it really does. It's so it's funny. Like, it's actually just funny. Like how
It's fucking funny at this point because like you just see all this shit go down, and you just like at some point you just go, "There's no way this isn't deliberate." I don't understand. I don't understand how you get this backlash over one weapon and then introduce a pool of
There we go.
the most bland looking guns of all time that
Even
just
after-
do away with the silhouettes that make Halo guns interesting in the first place, and just not expecting people to say, "Why didn't you just keep the shotgun?"
Which is even funnier in hindsight, since the only bit of marketing we got for 2 years was just, "Hey, look, the classic art style's back."
Yeah.
And then you fucking boot the game up, and it's a bunch of like generic, like real ass military guns. It's like, okay, fuck you.
Like this kind of ties into what you were saying the other day, where you said that 343 kind of just throws like a bone in the direction of classic fans and says our work here is done because they brought most of the classic art style back because they did mix some elements. They bring Chief's, well, they technically bring his anime armor back, but whatever. You know, it's classic looking.
The grunts have the shrimp look back. Some of them do.
Yeah. They bring that stuff back. They bring Chief's armor back. They bring like the classic looking assault rifle from Reach back or whatever the fuck. And they just kind of went, well, work here is done.
No, here's a
then they
shitty
just put in-
SOCOM pistol that looks like
And just
anything
like I was
you'd see in a
fucking,
modern
and I was
military
fucking
game.
right, because I was like, they haven't shown gameplay for 2 years, and all we got is the classic art style. So you're gonna make people believe like, oh, Halo's back, man. And then then he walks out of the Pelican. The first thing he does is he sprints at a warthog.
No, he shoots some grunts first.
Oh, I'm sorry. He walks to some grunts, shoots them, and then like lightly jogs to the. Can we go into that?
Or
About
he
the,
does like he does
the
like a
speed of the
concerned-
sprint and how
he
it's
does, like-
almost like non-existent.
the way he jogged was like you're a dad and you just saw your kid like reach for the electrical socket with a fucking fork and you went, oh sport, hold on a second, let me get over there real quick and stop you from doing that. That's a really specific metaphor, I know that.
Wait,
He runs like
what's this?
he runs
What's
like
up, everybody?
Ah, stop talking to me.
It's their whole thing. It's just
What?
really funny.
Don't be fucking mean to your girlfriend.
No, not her. The girl in the video, on
No.
the IGN video, just started yelling at me.
Oh, why is she mad at you?
There's. I wish this was an article. It's a video titled "Xbox Fires Back on Visuals in Halo Infinite" from 2 hours ago.
Ooh,
But
that will be interesting. I'll take a look at that
it's a
after.
Probably
video.
it's probably just gonna be the oh, it's.
They're probably just going, but it's an old build, blah blah blah.
probably,
blah, that's really
I wish.
Or
there was
they're
an
calling
actual
us
article.
entitled. They're calling us entitled for thinking we know how.
Which, by the way, I just want to bring this up. This is
Materials
like off
work.
topic. This is the second time it's happened. But 343 is like the most aggressive fucking company I think in the industry, right? Because they have like the mentality of like a fucking indie dev where they like get mad at people for like giving them criticism.
Yeah,
Because I guarantee it's going to be a video calling us like entitled for thinking we know more about how 3D models and materials work.
I'm
There's
not.
a 3D artist right
Yeah,
here.
I'm not seeing much more about.
They did that. They did that with Halo 2 whenever Halo 2 was fucking busted at launch on PC, and they had like a whole fucking like blog post going like in depth to like, here fuckers, this is how game design works, and it's so passive aggressive, and people just ate that shit up. It's like, oh, these Twitter like backseat gamers don't know fucking shit about development.
Which is really funny with the hindsight that Halo 2 launched with an untested build that just got dumped into the release build.
Oh my
That's why
god,
it was
that's
broken.
right. I completely forgot where people were just standing in the corner shooting at the ground with a shotgun and killing the entire team.
Yeah.
That happened like a month or two ago, didn't it? That was like less than a
was
month
like
and a
2
half
months ago.
ago.
It was like 2
What
months
the
ago.
fuck?
Yeah.
People defend this company. Oh my fucking god. But no, we don't. know
Anyway,
anything about
it's
game
just
design.
it feels really strange how they'll like half-ass like appealing to the classic fans, and then they just go nope, full in on the fucking like the shit people complain about. Like, here's your classic armor back.
Our
nothing
job
else.
is done.
Nothing else. We still got movement, and like here's all of the classic guns fucking gone.
Well,
get a
let's talk
five-
about the
get a
compromise.
5-7.
Let's talk about the funny compromise they did with Sprint that makes it really, really funny to think about. So, I'm assuming whoever saw this watched our predictions, so they know the controversy about Sprint, especially because I already explained that shit earlier in this video.
I think if you know anything about Halo,
If you know Halo, you know the debate about Sprint, right? You know, classic Halo is defined by not having Sprint. New Halo is constantly trying to make Sprint a thing. And 343's compromise for this during Halo Infinite is going to be the Sprint is there, but from what it looks like at least, yeah, it's there. It just sucks and barely speeds you up. Which is really funny to me because, like, at that point, it's like,
why is it?
you could just take it out. Because here's the thing. Here's the nice thing about 343 as a company and the fan base that consumes their product. They are genuinely not going to care what you do and will defend it to the death. And, like, I know this because I have had, like, 8 people start yelling at me when I point out that there's no material work done on any of the weapons, even though that was, like, an observational fact based on the gameplay we saw. And I had people debating me about this, saying that I don't know how 3D modeling works.
I got something to say because I just remembered it, and it's so much funnier now that we know that the build is fucking dated as hell. The people that were like, oh, they intentionally made it look bad because it's also going to be an Xbox launch, like an Xbox One title.
Does that just mean all Xbox launch titles are going to look like fucking shit?
No, they're like, oh, it looks bad because it's also going to be on the Xbox One.
Or like, yeah, it looks bad because they're showing the Xbox One version, and which
that doesn't exist.
Which no, no,
yeah, it does. It's coming out on the Xbox One that's out right now. Yeah.
Wait, I thought it was going to be a Series X.
Well, yeah, it is, but it's still coming out. It's still coming. It's going to be like one of those like late generation like.
You told me it wasn't.
Xbox said they're going to be doing a lot of. Me, I didn't tell you shit.
Yes, you did.
One
of you did.
My game is lagging.
It's a launch title, but yeah, but it's going to be like one of those like cross-platform like transitioning phase.
Yeah, it's a cross-gen game.
Help. Dying.
But barring the fact that we've lived in an era of games with modifiable settings in terms of graphics for like 25 years at this point, barring that kind of like saying that it's intentionally supposed to look like that is much more damning to the company itself in the sense, or not the company, but just the game itself, because at that point you're just saying they had this long to work on it and they just intentionally made it look like shit.
It just hit
it's meant to look cartoony. Yeah, I saw that, you fucking idiot. So it's meant to look cartoony. Well,
okay, so that one was funny because I made a status about this on Twitter because I'm a social media shitboard. But like,
is Roy taking his head off?
Yeah, he's dead.
My HMD's lagging like crazy.
It looks like you suck.
As long as he doesn't fuck up the recording.
No, the recording's fine. I might have to restart my game.
Oh no.
We might lose him, man. Don't worry about it.
If we have to have a transition. But
well, you can keep talking because I mean the audio will still record.
Yeah, if you lose video, then just put up a funny picture until we get back in
funny
here.
Funny picture, you got it.
Make it a picture of Shrek dabbing.
Cut this out, but tell us if you got to restart, and then we'll stop talking.
He just left.
I told you it's fine. I'm still capturing audio, so we'll just put up a funny image.
Okay.
Yeah, don't cut this out.
Okay.
We're professionals. We're very.
Well,
serious.
I didn't.
Okay.
Whatever.
Okay, so I was saying on social media, I was like the graphical / art direction of Halo has gotten so bad that people have just kind of accepted the like false notion that the game has a cartoony art style now, because graphically it has gotten so bad that everything looks flat and lifeless. Roy's back and he has new shaders that look better than ever.
Hello.
I agree. Yeah. What's up?
No, sorry. No one was talking because I hopped out for a second and I was like, what?
No, Rory's right here. What are you talking about?
I was seeing what Roy had to say. So you were gonna say something real quick, weren't you?
Was I?
Were you gonna say something before I continued?
What was the what? The last thing I'd said was just like the people who were saying, "Oh, it's meant to be cartoon."
Right.
You know,
Yeah,
this part
so,
would
like-
be completely lost on people listening because they can't fucking see what we're doing right now, so they can't
It's a podcast.
They can't. Well, there's going to be us waving and doing weird shit, and me flipping you off constantly while I test my motion control.
Well, it's their problem, maybe. Maybe you should watch the video only on youtube.com/NordVPN. Our sponsor.
I wonder how
We're not
those people.
sponsored by NordVPN.
We're not.
I wonder how
sponsored
those
by
like
We're sponsored by Monster Energy.
We're not
Play
sponsored
Death
by
Stranding.
anyone.
back to the. All right, fuck the fake sponsors. I wonder how those people feel. Like those people who are like adamantly defending the game looking like shit, and now that we have like proof that it doesn't look shit.
Well,
was
you
just
know
a
they're not
fucking
gonna
demo.
like. You know they're not gonna think that like, oh, I was being a big dumb doo-doo head. They're going to think. They're going to think. See, I told you so. The game looks good all along.
Yeah.
Which one's
You
the
know?
real one?
Catch me on an episode of GargantuCast available on Spotify.com.
What were we
Art
talking
done
about?
Done by our friend Marcel Rocha. Follow him at rochasaurusrex.twitter.com.
Halo?
This is exactly what I was fucking.
Yeah. We were talking about Halo. So the point is, or we were saying that we know the people who are saying actually the game's supposed to look like doo-doo shit. It's a cartoon game apparently now.
Yeah.
Because because as we all know, Halo is a notoriously cartoonish game. It looks exactly like you, Rory. It looks like you, Conti.
Cartoony.
You're basically Master Chief,
Look,
right?
no
Like we're
scuff,
basically the
no
same
scuff
game.
on this model.
Like, we're basically the same game right now.
Can I say something about like the way that like as much as I like Master Chief's new model, this is another thing I don't like about 343 games. Everything looks way too fucking clean.
Well, yeah,
Like
that's
nothing,
part of
like
That's what I
nothing's
mean.
been battle water.
Oh my god, who fucking did what? Because the frames in this world just suddenly dropped.
I'm fine.
I'm fine too.
I was just saying.
Wait a minute, did it unprivate this world when you left?
Thank
Did
God.
the fucking
No,
ghoul behind the door spawn something?
I don't think so.
Ghoul? I don't know what you're talking about.
Cool.
We don't have
Is
a
there
nothing-
cool?
They're-
Are we haunted?
This office is not haunted.
Okay, my
What
mistake.
is this?
Things.
But you said that, but like that's what I was saying. The games have gotten so graphically and artistically like
Oh.
flat and bland that people just think the art style for this game is now cartoonish. Because like, well, actually, more accurately, people have started to say like Halo in general has always been like cartoonish art style, and I'm like wondering what they've been fucking like.
Like what
Smoking.
the fuck are you talking about?
Because like if whatever you're smoking makes Halo look like a goddamn cartoon at all times, inject that shit in my urethra.
What?
I want to know what the fuck this is. It's not cartoon.
It's like the Halo I remember is fucking Halo 3 like pre-release footage of them like hyping up how fucking cool the water effects they got on Valhalla looked.
well, like, and like
Yeah, it was
even-
like the
even
engineers were
so-
like, you made this system and it inspired me to make this system for the water, and they're like, oh, that's so fucking cool, thank you for doing that and all that.
But like not even specifically like the detail in the environment or anything like that, but just in terms of like character design and everything, it's like if you looked at the concept art for these games, it's based in like realism. It's just sci-fi. If we're going to say the baseline for something being cartoonish is that like I'm in a big suit of armor, what's the fucking standard? Is Star Wars a cartoon now? Like well, not the cartoons.
The movie.
Bad
Yeah,
example.
Is
it's
like
um,
is the original trilogy a cartoon now?
it's like if the new trilogy, if coming from the prequels to the original trilogy, and all of a sudden the fucking sequels are cell shaded, animated, and all that. It's like
Well,
what?
not even like that. You know, it's a good example with that.
Yeah, what's a better
Is
example?
the downgrade of effects between the original Star Wars in terms of practical stuff and the very early CG of the prequel
Special
trilogy.
release. Yeah. Oh, I was thinking special releases of the original trilogy.
Well, I just pretend those don't exist because I'm not that invested in Star Wars. Bitch.
How did Han Solo not break his neck when he like shifted his entire bone structure to the side to dodge that shot?
He did. It's just unlike the average human, which only has 206 bones in the body. He has about 3,000.
He's part snake. Fucking thanks. I bet that sounds great on audio.
Good one.
Do you think any of this podcast has been coherent?
No.
Is this the
Point is,
Do we have anything else to
Point
talk
is, Halo-
about?
Point is, Halo's been graphically bad.
We are talking. Y'all keep talking about fucking gay shit.
We're not talking about cocks.
That's
Not
what they have in
yet.
Star Wars.
Not yet.
That's what they fight with, cocks.
The point is, Halo graphically has been fucking shit, and it's just it is very funny, at least to RB and I, that there are people willing to die on the hill of actually Halo was always supposed to look like shit, so you can't complain when like basic material work on the models is clearly incomplete and not like presentable.
Do these people feel like they need to die to defend the fucking company? It's like, have you ever played? It's like, do these people play the old Halo games, or do they exclusively play like the 343 games?
Well,
That's what it feels like sometimes.
Scary. We're in a decade into this shit. Like the only people who really stand this stuff are the people who play only the new shit. Not only the new
Like
shit, but
I
the
was
new
saying
shit
a while back,
is where this needs to go.
I was saying a while back, we're starting like as the years go, we're getting very much closer and closer to 343 having the franchise longer than Bungie did.
Yeah. Like, I think
For some people, that is all they know.
I think they might have it. I think they might have now, because they got the company after Reach came out in 2010. Actually, no, I think they got it. I think they actually formally started getting it in 2009.
I was about to say, have we hit Reach's anniversary yet?
Not
Next
yet.
month, not next month. 2 months away.
It's in September, yeah.
But even then, 343 existed in 2009. So like, the point is, we've had a whole fucking decade of the fans and proponents of the classic gameplay formula continuously getting alienated all this time. So like, we have reached a point where it's like everyone who doesn't enjoy this new style or has anything to say about the direction is just kind of decried as just wanting the old stuff back and just wanting Halo 3 2, which I do want, but
that shit would be crazy, bro.
Right. That should be crazy, dude.
Installation 01 coming out
Tomorrow.
Soon.
Don't quote me on that. Don't these people.
So
please don't harass them. They work so hard.
I'm gonna put my hand down and we need to get back on topic. We were continuing from the IGN article that you were reading from.
I think he read most of it.
Yeah, I pretty much
you
read
would
that.
okay. So that article you were going over the fucking like the world design and like the fucking like equipment and shit. We didn't really go into much about the. I had seen an article yesterday. I don't have it on me, but we kind of keep going into a little bit because we keep saying like Destiny 2, but them saying that Halo and the article was like Halo Infinite is going to be the last standalone Halo release for a while, and they're just going to you do. That they're just going to keep adding onto adding.
They give it a reach.
I'm gonna go. Well, I'm gonna say something about this live service shit. And we're routing back to the live service. We're not gonna stand it for that long because we've already talked about it.
Let him fucking read it.
Your hand is like.
Oh, we really didn't. We didn't really talk about the live service. We just kind of like. But like this is like an actual article.
This might cause my VR chat to die again, but that's fine. Let me.
Maybe we should have set up OVR for this.
I need to buy the good.
I have OVR. I just don't know how to fucking.
I have
OVR
drop, but it's the new one is like basically an upgraded version that they didn't give.
Wait, there's a new one.
There's like they made like a better version of it, but you have to buy it again, like it's a sequel.
Go on.
I'm trying to find it. I went to the
VR is a mess.
While we're waiting for our host Rory to bring this up, I'm going to say something about. I'm going to.
I mean, I think it's this. I think it's probably this one. Why there won't be a Halo Infinite 2?
Yeah.
because the game hasn't fucking come out yet.
No,
That
okay.
too, like, but
Thanks, IGN.
Halo
Like,
Infinite
Halo
is the start of our
Infinite.
platform for the future. We want Infinite to grow over time, versus going to those numbered titles and having all of that segmentation that we've had before. It's about creating Halo Infinite as the start of the next 10 years for Halo, and then building that as we go with our
The
fans
next
and
10 years,
community.
you say?
This does not mean they very quickly say this does not mean Halo Infinite is a live service game a la Destiny. It does mean that there's a new story. Yeah, we talked about this yesterday. It does mean that there are new story experiences that will be told underneath Infinite's umbrella.
That sounds like a
Okay,
live service to
hold
me.
on. Hold the fucking phone for a second. I need to say something. What they just said made absolutely zero fucking sense.
It also
You want the game
means
I
let me just continue. It also means that Infinite will be evolved technologically for quite a while. 343 confirmed that Infinite is going to be getting ray tracing sometime after launch. Gameplay-wise, hopefully the move to Infinite as a platform won't mean that players are trapped on this Halo ring forever, but we'll have to wait and see what 343 has in store for
You're
us.
calling it a platform. That's a fucking live service.
It's just a live service.
Okay, hold on 1 fucking second. Do you want the game to last?
10 years.
What's the last game? What's the last game that was touted as going to last 10 years?
Anthem?
Anthem. What was that one?
Destiny?
That Bungie did. Destiny. How long did those last? Anthem died on fucking launch. Destiny
I
died
mean,
like 2 years later.
Destiny's like still going though.
No, Destiny 1.
Destiny 1, they were
yeah. Well, yeah, but that's like, let's be honest, that's mainly because of Activision.
That's
Reigns
Activision's
over
fault.
everything.
Yeah.
Stop.
Now that
Okay,
Bungie's
but they did.
now
but they
that Bungie's
did
in full
say-
reign.
My desk is
like,
behind me. Hold on.
I do imagine that Destiny 2 will last another 2 or 3 years.
You,
Yeah.
you could,
I mean,
they
they're
still
literally
say-
changing the way they're rolling it out.
I mean, Destiny 2 is that model come to life. So they're just trying to, but they don't want it to be like what's your plan? I really don't see what your plan
I
is.
feel like they're.
I didn't mean
It
to
feels
flip
like
that.
they're trying really hard to just be derivative of everything, but they know good and well they're being derivative, so they have to be like, "No, guys, we're not being derivative," but also we're doing exactly the fucking. shit.
Here's what I think is what they're going.
Like
What
they
they mean
almost
by
know
that.
of their reputation by now.
Here's what I think they mean by that. You know, they don't know their reputation by now. Well, they do, because they seem to just intentionally take things in directions people don't want it to go. But fucking
This game's gonna be fucking a huge file size. I just realized it's gonna be fucking massive.
so, like, what they mean when they say it's not a live service, but it's basically a live service, is they're saying it's not a live service because they're not going to handle it like Destiny 2 with like the seasons and shit that they're doing right now. But they're going to handle it like Destiny 2. Because they're gonna make expansion packs that cost like $40, and they're a new campaign with like a new area to go to.
I was gonna say it's probably gonna be like the Fallout DLCs where it's like it adds a whole new fucking area to go to, or a new
Yeah, like
section of the map.
Which will
like the Destiny 2
encourage
expansion.
gamers to buy Xbox Game Pass. Because
It's all
why?
about the fucking Game Pass. It's actually super smart on Microsoft's part to do it like this.
That's fucking actually pretty smart.
Which honestly, Game
You know-
Pass for me always feels like it's beneficial both ways. Honestly, I like Game Pass
Sponsored
a
by
lot.
Game Pass.
You can't convince me to get Xbox Game Pass because Rare Replay is not available on the computer PC.
Motherfucker, I gave you a code.
Oh
They're
my
like,
god!
stand up!
I thought you were ready to fight again.
I am ready to fight you.
I'm ready to fight. Are you ready to go, bitch?
Oh my god.
This is falling apart.
Welcome.
No, my lineup just got completely fucked up.
Fuck.
Or else I wouldn't be facing my microphone if I sat facing forward.
So, anyways,
If I kept that orientation. Yeah, speak your piece.
I think they're just
Raise your
afraid to
hand.
call it a live service because that has people already
Negative
hate that
connotation.
term so fucking much.
Just
Because EA ran that term into the ground.
Well, I think it's a
And
mix of that, and
Ubisoft,
also, I think it's a mix of that, and also just 343 just never uses the right terms for things in the sense of like, remember in Halo 5 they said they were returning to classic gameplay field because you didn't have loadouts anymore, and that was it. Like, if that's the threshold for what classic gameplay means to this company, what do they think live service means? apparently it's going to be something much different than updating your game with expansions.
Like they keep saying it's not Destiny, but it just everything they've said, it sounds like it's going to be
Everything that we have seen and everything that they show just looks like Destiny.
Destiny, but with a
It
bigger world.
reeks of Destiny. Yeah.
So like, if we're gonna brag, since the live service, what have we covered about that we negative? The live service, the
Don't like
graphics
the
look like
weapons.
don't like the weapons. Oh, I have something to say. Environmental design. I don't like the fact that it looks like Legos and Roblox and Minecraft if you squint.
The terrain
Yeah.
looks fine. The banished
I
/
know-
forerunner structures look like bad.
I know
They're
what they're going for. They're going for that Halo 3 ending, the rings being built, and you're seeing the underside of everything. That doesn't work when the ring was. Here's the thing. Since I played Halo Wars 2, I have a bit more context for why that ring is there. The ring was finished when they sent it through.
well got blown to pieces.
Yeah,
They
we
show
see
it
it.
in the fight scene at the end of
that's
the
right.
demo.
I didn't read the novel and the 3 tie-in comics that explain how
It's
it's
literally in the trailer.
And
It's
you'll
missing
probably
a chunk.
see it in the fucking... I did read that the
And-
game starts and neither Chief nor your pilot buddy, who doesn't have a name yet, neither of you know what the fuck's going on. So a big part of that is, at least now, they have to explain the fucking story to us in the game.
I'm calling it now.
She's-
I'm calling Blue Team and
No.
Osiris Team die at the
Oh.
very beginning. I'm calling it.
Are we gonna go?
No.
I was about to say, do we want to go
Shut
into
your penis
the
up.
fucking
Shut
the
your
time?
penis up for a second. Hold on. Right? Halo 4 started without Chief knowing what's going on. They didn't explain anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jinx, you owe me a
But
coke.
now we have 2 characters that don't know what's going on.
Do we want to go into the fucking like the since we seem to be going into lore talk now? Do we want to mention that fucking the how many days since we lost?
Yeah. So the opening starts with like the guy saying it's been like what 160 days since we lost,
Like
or something like that.
163.
Why do you guys have that memorized? What the hell?
I don't know.
Okay. Okay. It's been half a year, right? About half a year. And this game takes place in 2560. Halo 5 takes place in 2558. Whenever they lost, in some nebulous point between Halo 5 and Halo 6, which we can surmise might have a little bit of explanation in the game. But we have to consider that there is no mention of any of the happenings of Halo 5. There's no evidence that anything like what the Halo 5 ending implied happened.
That's what's really bugging me.
Which
There's no mention of the like universe-ending conclusion of Halo 5.
which is tying into what I predicted.
Like it's on a galactic scale how fucked shit is at Halo 5's ending.
Which ties into what I predicted the other day, where, much like in Star Wars, the second installment of this trilogy wrote everyone into such an inescapable corner that no one knows what to actually do to get them in a situation for another story. So the main entry just reverts to the status quo off screen, and the writers for extended lore just have to make it fucking work. Because not only
Go ahead.
is there no mention of the millions and billions of Guardians that Cortana, who is evil now, has complete control over,
And
that can
all
effectively
the
wipe
AI.
out
Sorry, I
and
thought you
effectively all the life in the galaxy. Not only do we get introduced to the Banished in a mainline game with no even possible mention of them because they didn't get introduced to a spin-off after Halo 5, but even if you did play Halo 2 and you recognize the Banished, the bad guy isn't Atriox. He died off screen. This is some random dude.
Yeah.
There are so
I-
many pieces to pick up.
And I like
So-
Halo Wars 2. I think it's pretty good.
Besides that, the only other
Yeah.
term we understand of the story, because they've released nothing about the story so far, is the term harbinger, which I
Oh
just
my
Googled. The definition of harbinger is essentially it's a person or thing that announces or signals the approach of another.
The messenger boy.
And
Oh,
another definition is a forerunner of something.
Shut
well,
the fuck
yeah.
up.
So, well, I was about to say, like,
Vague Halo term. That's
be
all we
honest.
know.
Let
It's probably
Let's be
Cortana.
honest. Hold on, I feel a sneeze.
Probably Cortana or something that's going to summon Cortana or something.
I was about to say, let's be honest. If you heard him say the Harbinger and us have the same goal, you know it's either a Forerunner thing like the Didact who hates humans, or the Warden Eternal who hates humans, or Cortana who hates humans.
What about
It's one of
Mendicant
those
bias?
who hates humans.
I forget about
Hey,
the
Dick.
Mendicant bias.
Yeah, what if it's a Mendicant bias redemption arc?
Yeah,
I've
that's
heard that
funny.
I've heard that being tossed around too.
Yeah, but people also tossed out Halo Infinite was going to be about Cortana having a logic play, but she's apparently just not in the fucking game right now.
So that's one thing I've been trying to say for the past few minutes. Is like Halo, the way Halo 5 ended, wasn't the whole thing of Guardians like one of them can police an entire galaxy?
Well,
Isn't
yeah,
that
that's what I
what they were
mentioned.
described as? It's like she had an
That's what I
army of
mentioned.
those fucking things. And admittedly, the Banished, they're tough. They're pretty tough. They wouldn't last 2 seconds
You're
against
not
an
gonna
army
fight a
of
I mean,
Guardians.
that's what I was talking about.
Did
Like,
Cortana just
they,
leave the galaxy?
that's what I was saying. They wrote everything into an absolute corner the heroes can't get out of. So they just revert to the status quo for the next entry and have the lore writers pick up the pieces.
Stop beating up
Who the
that dog.
fuck is Mendicant bias?
Halo
That's the
3,
whole-
read
Halo
the
3.
terminals.
Yeah, read the terminals in Halo 3. He's the Forerunner AI that turned against the Forerunners and helped the Flood. And then
He's
had
the
a
reason they lost to the Flood.
Oh, I didn't know that. That sucks.
until 343 changed it where they were just so stupid
shouldn't
that
have
they
done
lost
that.
to the Flood.
He went rampant. So
Because the Gravemind whispered
Shouldn't
in here
have
like, "Hey, little mama."
You tell my priorities lie in multiplayer.
well, yeah, we know. But
But
Let's talk about the multiplayer. It's there. Anyways,
are
moving
we
on.
done? Are we done with Warthog?
No, I was
It's there,
just doing a
we'll see
joke
it
that we know
later.
nothing about the multiplayer.
Well, I do want to touch on one thing real quick, because it's another thing that just speaks volume about the public perception of Halo and 343 as a whole. Because there were rumors going around today that Halo Infinite was not going to launch with multiplayer, right? And 343 had to come out and debunk this.
I
Which,
don't believe them.
no,
I just don't.
Proving our point, really.
Let me
I'm
speak.
trying to say, like, I did not expect multiplayer to not be there. But my problem, like, let's be honest, the actual problem with the company and perception of Halo as a whole is that something that fucking stupid is believable from these people.
We joked about it the other night
Indeed.
because
The fact, like,
we were like they were gonna have no multiplayer, but they're still gonna push the esports scene. But
like, okay,
we were like, that's
like,
stupid. They wouldn't do that. That was a joke.
like, can we think about this? If, like, with any other series known for multiplayer, if a rumor went around that the new game wouldn't have multiplayer, I don't think any other company would have such tarnished the reputation of that entry that someone would actually have to come out and say that's not happening. Like, the fact that someone had to come out and dispel that rumor says more to me than the rumor itself. Because it's just so fucking believable from these people. My tracking keeps fucking up.
Especially when they didn't talk about it
Yeah,
at
mine
all.
too. For some
They
reason.
didn't talk about. I'm gonna
Yeah, especially because they just didn't talk about it at all.
on their fucking blog post where they kind of did like their post presentation recap and shit. I kind of want to talk a little bit about that as well because I kind of want to vent again about their lack of communication.
Yeah,
but
I didn't read that. What did it
they're
say?
fucking they go over an overview for the single player and like what was shown off, and then at the bottom it's like multiplayer is back. We'll go more into it later this year. Forge is back. we'll go into it more later this year. And it's like, how much more later in the year, bro? We got 4 months to launch. Like, are you gonna like show us or like say anything about fucking like? I don't know how much more you can keep hiding shit about this game. Why is it like so like frightening to this developer to show anything about this game? And then also, fucking say what you want first.
I was gonna say the realistic answer is just the game itself just isn't done. That's what I'm bracing for right now.
And I want to go back, and I think I keep bringing it up. I think I probably brought it up last podcast, but like after Halo 5, after that fucking travesty of a launch and all of that, 343 came out and they said, we're sorry about all of that, and whenever we have new projects, we'll be sure to be open with the community about it, do discussions, like gameplay tweaks. We'll do flights, so like we're like buddy with the community. We can get this game, like we can get the game to be what the community wants. They announced Halo Infinite, 2 years of silence, nothing, no fucking that entire thing was just of like bullshit. You could say, oh, it could be like the Master Chief Collection. That's what it could do. But even like that was like half the time they fucking like whenever they would do these flights for the Master Chief Collection, they would open the flights, people would play it, they would report the bugs, and then they just don't do shit about it before launch. And they're like, okay, here's the giant list of bugs and shit that is gonna be still in the game.
Yeah, so
like what the fuck is that about?
There's actually another article I read addressing the flights of Halo Infinite. For some reason, they are scaling them back before launch. So they're still going to happen, but there's going to be less of them?
Why?
Because they keep using this pandemic.
They keep saying it's the pandemic. But that doesn't make sense to me.
It does not make sense. Because where was
where does
anything from like years ago?
Where does the pandemic get in the way of flighting the game?
Because it's clearly evident that you are capable of flighting with Master Chief Collection during all this shit.
Yeah, like we still flighted and launched Halo 3 like pretty much on schedule with what they wanted. So
for the most part, that was pretty good. Halo 3 was the best port so far. Hit detection's ass, but that's another thing. But it's a pretty solid fucking port.
That is mostly Bungie's netcode. Just being
that's just how
mess
Halo
of wires. So I don't really blame them for that.
So you're clearly capable of like flighting and releasing a functional product. You realized you fucked up with Halo 2. I'm glad you realized you fucked up with Halo 2. And you released it. So like what is Halo 3.
They didn't test the release build.
They didn't. Halo 3 works is the point I'm trying to get. You're clearly capable of flighting and releasing a fucking game. Even if it's not a game.
And Forge was released, and Forge is great. Forge is Forge.
And there's actual
bugs with Forge.
There's actual improvements to Halo 3 and Reach. Like,
and Halo 2 Forge is pretty nice. It's pretty alright.
Now we're getting
you've shown you can do this.
Yeah.
Just I don't understand what is
different.
Pandemic. That's all you have. That's all you have. But plenty of other game developers have been able to do shit right, like during everything that's happened.
It just makes me.
And you have even proven you are clearly capable of like doing shit like this during what is happening in the world right now. So I don't know what the fuck is like. Are you just not confident in your product? That's probably it. It's just it's not ready and they're not confident enough to know anything. But like, come on.
It makes me worry and think like they are thinking the game isn't ready and they don't want to show it off to that many people. Like
just the more you go around,
that's what it feels like.
The more you go around this shit and like not show us things, is like it's just gonna make you out to be a fucking liar after what you said after Halo 5.
Like to add on top of that, all this is doing is like setting up a repeat of Halo 5, because if they're going to be this secretive the whole time, I'm fully expecting not actually being shown something like Forge and just being told it's on the way. Here are some multiplayer maps we made in Forge that'll be out like 8 months after launch. We might add theater mode. Fuck you.
I didn't even see.
And
I
we'll launch,
didn't even see anything about theater mode, but like
but also like we'll launch without BTB or team objective, things like that.
that's going back to the whole thing of like that rumor about there being no multiplayer is so believable.
No. I'm saying that in terms of the matchmaking rotation.
No. I just mean like after shit like that, it's just like just saying like, oh yeah, there will be multiplayer. It's just like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, but like I guess for me, this is like the secrecy and the refusal to show off the other components of the game right now are just an omen for just a repeat of the way Halo 5 launched with no fucking content aside from the campaign and like Team Slayer.
Don't worry, we'll get a trailer like 2 months after the game launches for Big Team Battle.
I think that was like the most I said during this entire
Warzone steals the show.
I got heated about
it steals the show so fucking good that line just transcended reality and went into every other person's head that they couldn't say
I'm
anything
gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna go into slight prediction talk. Is this like I would almost given the benefit of the doubt of like something cool that I would like for them to do, something that like just for me to be like hopeful. It's like if you're gonna have like a big open world, I kind of hope they do that. I know y'all keep hearing me talk about it because it's like my fucking dream Halo game is just like a planet side style like open ass big map for like multiplayer. Like you have the mobility options for it now because the fucking grappling hook. You could totally like do a big open ass.
You have the capacity to do that now with the whole Halo.
It's too bad.
Like I just hope Forge.
We're getting Far Cry Light.
I'm just hoping we get like. I want
the Forge world to be the single player map.
I'm just hopeful that multiplayers.
Show me that this engine is worth it and that we can make maps that fucking big and make Halo Battle Royale.
After all, it is the most powerful engine.
After you keep telling us to make it ourselves.
Told us to make our own Battle Royale. Fucking prove it that we can, and I will
give us the tools.
Give you that. Your forges have been pretty good so far.
Halo 5
their forge is really good.
I have no idea how to fucking navigate it because it's almost like a fucking like dev tool at that point. Like what they have it at now.
I mean, that's why they released it on PC because it actually just controls like a program.
Yeah. So here's the thing. But the multiplayer discussion now, I have nothing to say because I don't like Halo multiplayer. I think single player is where it's at.
Gay. Well, you are gay.
You're gay. Everyone point scary, call him gay. Point at your screens now.
Gay.
You want to suck a cock too.
I think we all do. Even you.
Master Chief is gay. New canon. Read the book about it now.
It is canon. He sucks Arbiter's dick.
Oh, that's hot.
Both of them.
Interracial couple spotted.
Both of them? At the same time?
Couple.
Both of them. He's got 6.
How big is Master Chief's mouth? This is going in a weird direction.
Not at the same time.
Anyway, you're fucking wrong because I assure you, like 90% of the memories of Halo people have are multiplayer shit. So go fuck yourself.
So
That's the end of that.
Is there any other thing we need to address or talk
anything
about?
else?
We've been going for about an hour or 45 right now.
Listen, I'm just going to say my final piece on this game. If it's fun to play with friends, that's all I fucking want. I just want to shoot aliens, drive cars, and get into funny glitches that will make good YouTube videos that we can put into compilation at a later time and get like 3 views because no one watches our fucking stuff. Where's part 2 of Left 4 Dead, RB?
Where's Goji's
No
missing?
one knows what that means.
No one
I don't know.
I know no one knows what that means. I feel like asking him
if
right
only
now.
there were a video on your channel that explained what happened to Goji's missing and showed as much as the project as was
Yeah, Dick,
completed.
where's Goji's missing?
Can you make Biolante versus Mechagodzilla, please?
Well, now I have to do that. You
For
forced
free?
my hand. You forced my hand.
Can you?
Biolante versus
Who would win?
Biolante
Shin
versus
Godzilla or
Ricochet 2
Biolante?
coming April 12th.
Did you know that Shin Godzilla is so strong, he would beat Godzilla of America so easily?
Mecha versus Shin Godzilla. No one's done that before.
So my final thoughts. I just hope the game plays like something I've already established, and I just don't really care if it plays like a good Halo anymore. I just want it to play like a game.
Yep.
If
Halo's
it plays
dead.
like
Just be a fun
Pathfinder,
game.
that'd be fine.
Just be a fun
And
game.
I'm just
Oh fuck.
I'm just hoping that they don't find new ways to drop the fucking ball.
Look, we have the grappling hook on the arm. Just make the game play like you're playing Pathfinder. That's all you got to do, and it'll be
It already
fine.
looks like Pathfinder's grappling. Maybe
I was
with
gonna
less
say it
momentum
does.
though.
It does.
Then you got 90% of the way there. Just don't fuck up that last 10%.
Like, that's really it.
Well, are we done?
You didn't say your piece what you want.
I feel like he does. I just want it to be a fun game.
Also, I hope the music's good.
The composer for Ori and the Blind Forest is
okay.
doing it.
It'll be
I'm
good then.
confident in the music then.
Well, one of the composers. They have,
I have one other thing I want.
I hope your multiplayer is not fucking unbalanced. That's what I want.
One thing I do hope. So something just happened behind you that completely distracted me from what I was going to say.
what?
I will
Or you
think
said
about
we
it.
weren't haunted.
We're not haunted.
Well, I think you're just crazy then.
Yeah, go say what you say because I'll
What
think
are
of
you-
it in a second.
I already say what I think. Say what you think.
I completely forgotten actually.
Oh my god.
What?
You hope Halo game fun?
I hope
game
Halo
fun?
game. I want game
You hope
fun.
game fun? You hope game fun?
I want game fun.
Or we hope game fun? Hope they show multiplayer?
Is this racist?
Tell me multiplayer.
What?
I'll bite your finger.
Please open multiplayer. Stop having it be closed.
Yeah.
Open?
I want like monthly
PvP.
updates on this game at this point now that they've done the
Yeah.
big reveal.
I want weekly updates.
I'm
You gotta
giving
make up for that 2 years.
They already do monthly community updates.
And a fucking
They got people
fucking-
doing this.
there's an alternate timeline where instead of like just posting fucking nothing in lore jargon on their Twitter, they're actually like posting like small little tidbits and updates. It's like, hey, look what fucking you can do in this
Like
game.
a better game dev.
Like a better game developer. Yeah.
Prove us
Yeah.
wrong.
So
Prove us wrong.
Say.
prove us wrong.
I remember what I wanted.
I am fucking. If there's anything to take away from these two podcasts that we've done, is that
Please
please
prove it.
fucking prove
We
us wrong.
want to be
I
wrong.
am begging you to
We
prove
have
us
never
wrong.
wanted to be more wrong about anything in our goddamn life.
Okay, I remember what I wanted to say.
What were you
you
gonna say?
This is a message to 343 as a whole, as a company.
I'm
'Cause
moving
I've
the camera
heard-
close to you. I'm getting up close, personal.
I've heard some things about the way the company is run, about the management of the senior positions, about the lower positions, how there's no fucking communication between any of the departments, how everyone has different builds and no one reports the right glitches to each other, and no one knows what the fuck they're doing making the game. Give me the camera. Fix that, please. Just get structure. You see what Valve did? You see what Valve? You see this? You see? You see this?
I
Make
think
this,
that's a threat.
make. No, this is a
Maurice
threat.
I think that needs to be cut out. Oh fuck!
Make Halo Infinite your
Sure.
Alex.
I was
Make it
so fucking worried where that was going.
make it your Alex. I mean, it's never going to be near as good as Alex. Fuck you. But just restructure your complete company. You just completely restructure your company after this and make it, an actual fucking structured company. That's all I want to say.
Okay.
What were you doing?
No, don't worry about
Were
it.
you
What?
doing? Were you doing the fucking rabbit ears behind my head, asshole?
Oh,
What was he
I was
doing?
looking at the camera. I was
Don't
looking
worry
at the
about
camera.
it. Someone's
reinforcing
knocking on our
points.
door. Oh my god.
Oh,
my
Oh my god!
Get him!
Oh my god! He found us.
He found us.
Oh
What?
fuck! Oh shit!